Master Boot Record, in case you're wondering. They have a weird library of like metal infused chip tunes. It's kind of bizarre, but it's good for programming. Fuck you, chat. I'm like, I wake up in the morning and it feels like my entire prefrontal cortex is just a sandbag. It's just like off. It's I don't know. I've been off recently. I've just felt off. I didn't want to stream today, so just so you know, this was my last resort. Someone told me you have to think of my imaginary wife and children. Otherwise, if I had imaginary wife and children, I would have to stream today. Otherwise, they would starve like Tamagotchis or Neopets. So, think of my imaginary wife and children as you super chat today. Add to the bullet fund. Cheer me up in the process. But Josh, you don't actually buy bullets with that. You buy pizza. Yeah, I do actually buy bullets with it. I might go to the range this weekend because I have some frustrations, which I would like to negotiate with a target at 30 yards. It's a pizza box. Let's see. Let's start off with the only good news. I have no news segment today. I'm just gonna rant. So let's start off with that, shall we? This article is deleted, so I don't know if it's bad information or what, but Dextero put out an article indicating that Funko Pop, in an investor report, has stated that sales are continuously slumping. And they somehow, despite being a company that makes cheap plastic fucking vinyl pop figurines, like, can all come out of the same fucking mold, they're losing like $100 million a month or something. It's like an insane amount of money. And it makes you wonder where that money's going. Probably going to paying off the people at the top as they realize the fad is over and they now intend to liquidate their assets. But I actually wonder, now that I'm looking at this article by Zachary Fairfax, I wonder if this article was pulled because the cover image is AI. Like, that's very obviously like Grok. Can I see a AI tombstone of a Funko Pop that says "Rip Funko"? And then, of course, all the trannies see this and they go, "No, you have to commission art for every trivial piece of shit fucking image that you put on the fucking internet. Otherwise, you're promoting the degradation and decline of the artistic medium as a whole." Bet you that's why they yanked him. Anyways, suffer Redditors, I guess. I don't know. I've seen Funko Pops in store. I cannot even fucking imagine who buys the shit. To be honest, I don't even know who the fuck buys vinyl figurines that are like not Funko Pops. You know, there are people, and I know they exist. I've seen pictures of them. They buy like these glass display cases and then put all their vinyl figurines of like anime shit in them. And they even jerk off on it. It has a name. It's called hot glue or something. So they're like hot gluing their anime babe figurines. And you're like, you mean to tell me that's different from like jerking off? Like, if you buy a Funko Pop of Wonder Woman and you jerk off on it, is that any different than buying a Funko Pop of your anime babe with her titties hanging out and jerking off on that? I see no distinction. There's ejaculate going onto a collectible vinyl figurine of a woman. You are basically Reddit if you think about it. So, I don't know. Fuck you. Next, Ofcom Files Part 2. This is by Preston Byrne, Kiwi Farms and 4chan's attorney, representing us against Ofcom in Virginia's federal district. One of the things that was discussed before we launched our litigation against Ofcom was who the party should be. There were a couple people who had propositioned themselves as a plaintiff, and there were a couple people who were propositioned. Some people that I was interested in having on backed out because they were afraid of pissing off more people. And then one party actually said, I'm not so sure about this, was Sanctioned Suicide, a name which Preston here refers to only as Sasso, as like a sort of fake, or Sasu as like a fake name, because it is pretty, it does not roll off the tongue well to say Sanctioned Suicide is a website worth protecting. It's a very complicated history on this. I Hardin actually flagged this to me and said, like, this is a bad look. Hardin lets me get away with a lot of stuff. Okay, Hardin, I say insane shit all the fucking time. I'm a monkey with a typewriter, and I am incapable of shutting the fuck up. But with that in mind, even that was like, that's a bit much. So this guy, by the way, from my understanding, the guy that runs it is like half black. He has a forum account, and he's got a really mixed reputation on the Kiwi Farms itself, where it's like a lot of people hate him because they see his website as encouraging like vulnerable people to commit suicide. You all know my opinion on suicide, chat. I will not reiterate it here. While I will not reiterate my position here in the presence of Neil Maham. Neil Maham, of course, has a very different opinion than me, and he is giving me the naughty look and wagging his naughty little ham fingies at me, saying, "Don't you dare! Don't even fucking dare!" So, the point of this article is that Sanction Suicide, when they received threatening communique from Ofcom, decided to block the UK, as the Kiwi Farms did. However, Sanction Suicide is one of those things that's like a weird social hot button issue that British Angloid retards can use to distract themselves from the fact that their country is sinking into an abyss they'll never ever escape from. Kind of like how after adolescence, like incels became public enemy number one, so everyone could forget about how nightmarish living in England is. Now, Sasu is the new incel. Oh my God, there are websites out there that are encouraging our vulnerable youth to commit the seppuku. And we have to do something about that as a country. Let Parliament do something, they said. So Parliament is indeed acting and is encouraging Ofcom to take more stringent measures to try and remove Sasu from British internet. Which is relevant to the interests of us Americans because if Ofcom is going to flex in this way to this website, they're going to inevitably flex on other websites for less merited reasons, perhaps in the future. So Preston was actually a little bit excited. He sent me a message because he had received word that Wyoming was preparing legislation to protect citizens from adverse injunctions like this from foreign countries. So we may see a thing where state by state, individual states also start passing legislation that protects citizens from the and whatever punitive measures that the UK could hope to inflict. I suppose one of the main ones would be if there's a bank that exists in both the UK and the US and you have an account with them, they could ask the bank to seize your assets or something. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, but whenever it comes to saying "fuck you, England," it is always a good thing, in my opinion. I have a video here. Oh, this is really funny. I took special measures to try and allow bots to crawl the Kiwi Farms so that I could show up in search results and stuff better. And I went way out of my way to try and make sure that AI crawlers could access the Kiwi Farms. Usually it's quite the opposite. Cloudflare actually has an AI system to detect AI crawlers to protect your website from AI by using AI. And they use that as a thing. Like, come use Cloudflare. You can block bots from stealing your content and adding it to their machine learning. Me, I'm like, dude, everybody has to know that Ralph sharded. Come on in, fellow robots. And Google and Grok and Alexa, all very happy. We're being invited into your humble abode. Don't mind if we do. So they are indeed scraping the Kiwi Farms, and they're very happy to do so because any data is good data, I suppose, and the end result is this.
Alexa just cited Kiwi Farms as a source. What? Alexa, does the dollar store sell canned air?
From kiwifarms.st, the Dollar Tree sells canned air.
Kiwi Farms! Why are you citing Kiwi Farms? Why is Alexa citing Kiwi Farms as a source?
What's funny is that someone did some research and found the post, and it was just some guy mentioning that they sell canned air at Dollar General. So the Alexa source in regards to why the Dollar General sells canned air is that some guy on the Kiwi Farm said that it did. So I guess that goes to show you how credible AI is. But it's a good thing, in case you're wondering. I saw some guy was crying about it, but you kind of need your sites to be plugged in, especially now that they offer citations to sites. Like if you search, like, hey, what did I heard this thing about Chris Chan? Is it true? And it's like, yes, according to the Kiwi Farms, Chris Chan on this such and such date. That's great. That's what I want. We're entering an era where the internet is more and more concentrated, and little things like that matter because otherwise they just wouldn't see it. People would hear about it from screenshots on some guy's Twitter account. As far as I'm concerned, the AI do a better job of linking back to sources than people on YouTube do, who make hundreds of thousands of dollars just reading a Kiwi Farms thread and copy pasting content onto the internet. So as a bold pioneer, I believe that chuds will inherit the AI chat. When am I going to do Kiwi AI? Soon, soon. Once the first checks just cleared, by the way, we had 44 checks that amounted to $1,800, which is pretty exciting. Of course, they cleared on a Friday, so that means that I can't immediately start finishing up my tool to process them. I have to first do my stream, and then I'll do it over the weekend. In my infinite list of to-do shit that will never, ever, ever, ever be complete, as it just gets longer and longer and longer and longer every single day, without end, without abate, with no mercy ever. But I will prioritize this because money is important. As Charlemagne said, gold is a very valuable commodity. So that's my to-do list. Okay. And then once, I guess, if I have, what was I going to say? Something about money. Oh, once I have some financial resources, if we hit our goal, eventually I can buy an AI thing. And supposedly what I can do is get like a free model and then expand upon it to incorporate all public like forum posts and stuff on the Kiwi Farms. And then you can ask Sneed AI, hey, where's this post? I remember vaguely there was a post about Ralph where he said something about your torch lights the way. Can you find it? And then Sneed AI would look into the data banks and find relevant posts for you. It's possible. It's not that expensive either. So it's on my to-do list. By the way, one of the things that AI people are really talking about is ecological impact. And I did the math. And if you run one of these high-end NVIDIA GPUs that is specifically set up with like Tensor or CUDA cores or whatever for doing machine learning, if you run that thing continuously 24/7, you need between 1 to 3 of them to equal the electricity consumption of an American. Meaning if you have an American and you average out his electricity costs and you have 3 NVIDIA GPUs for machine learning, and you average out their electricity costs, chances are the NVIDIA cards consume more electricity than the American does. So all these big tech companies that are so fucking green, they're buying up warehouses full of NVIDIA cards so that you can go to Grok/Imagine and type in anime booba and then see anime booba within 30 seconds. As I mentioned, by the way, generating a video like that is extraordinarily computationally expensive, and to be able to do it in 30 to 40 seconds like Grok does it is extremely, it strongly indicates that they are somehow distributing workload between multiple GPUs, which means that they have a lot of GPUs, so they're consuming more energy than the fucking core of the sun at this point, so that they can make funny cat pictures and shit. But remember, it's you, Goyam. It is you who must make conservation your top priority. You specifically, you in Europe and America, your electricity costs are way too high, buddy boy. Not India, not China, not Africa, not the giant factories full of GPUs that they use to spy on you and learn everything about you so they can advertise to you on YouTube. It's you specifically and your daily household things like electricity for your AC. That is the issue. Next. So one of the things that I saw recently, let's just find it. I'm just gonna get into it. Why I'm upset, okay? What's her fucking name? Is it like Ingrid or some shit? MAGA Civil War. What's her fucking name? It's like Ingrid or some shit. It's where Trump says the Americans are fucking stupid. Okay. Let's see if I can find this. I wasn't considered. Oh wait, this is it. This is the clip. This is the clipper. Wait, no, that's not. I want the full clipper, Ingram. Okay. I want the one that's like at least 2 minutes. I guess I'm not finding the full 2-minute clip on a short notice, but I will find this one. Okay, here we go. This is some random account, by the way. I just found it on short notice. All right, Trump, what do we got to say about Indians and H-1Bs?
There's never going to be a country like what we have right now.
And does that
the
mean
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we
a
have
country
plenty of talented people
no,
here.
you don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well, let me
when you and I were
I'll give you
growing
an
up.
example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made
Hyundai.
batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
So this is Trump just openly saying that Americans are untalented faggots and you all deserve to lick Vivek Ramaswamy's boots because you're just inferior to Indians. There's no other way to interpret it. I don't understand how else you're supposed to look at that clip and be like, oh, there's an avant-garde way that you're just missing. Supposedly, the most viable cope that I have heard is that there's a specific visa called like L1 or something, and it's called an educator visa. So, for instance, one thing that America does lack is CNC people. We don't know how to use CNC anymore. All CNC manufacturing is done in China. The people that know how to use a CNC machine, they live in China. So theoretically, if you were going to teach a bunch of Americans how to use a CNC machine so we could stop being so fucking pathetic and rely on China for every goddamn fucking thing that we buy in the stores, you would have to go to China, get a bunch of them over with big wads of cash and a specific visa, I think the L1 visa, but I'm not 100% certain, and they would teach. That is the cope. But as far as I'm concerned, like all the tech people that he loves, all the donors have told him, we need H-1Bs or Green Line does not go up. And I just find this completely unacceptable. And it has put me like in an actual genuine fucking dour mood where I'm just extremely pissed. And it has sucked all the joy and optimism that I've had out, like just straight out of me. I am filled with utter fucking contempt. I'm considering, there are two people running for governor that I want to be, I can't say this in front of Neil Maham. I'm sorry. But there's Vivek Ramaswamy in Ohio, and this fucking idiot called like Byron or some shit that they're going to run after. Like DeSantis is one of the actual good governors in the entire country. One of the few people who are a politician in the United States actively serving who's not complete utter shit. And they're going to run some fucking black guy down in Florida to replace DeSantis. And it's just like, I'd rather not see him in governorship because that's the wrong way. We're going the wrong way. We ran a black woman in VA to try and court the brownies, and that didn't work. So why are we doing it in Florida? It's not Brian Johnson. It's some other fucking guy. They just announced him. He just came out of the fucking toilet, and everyone was like, oh my God, this is our guy. Trump endorsed him. Elon endorsed him. So you know he's not worth a shit. Yeah, he's got his BlackRock. He's got like BlackRock ties. He wants H-1B visas, and it's just like I don't want this guy to be governor of my state. I don't want Vivek Ramaswamy to ever have power over anything more sophisticated than a toilet scrubbing brush. And I need to see them removed. So, my letters are on the bench. I wrote a bunch of letters. We're gonna write a letter together, chat, because I wanna be nice. Okay, let me find this. Marjorie Taylor Greene. My girl Marge. Is Marge the one that everyone hates because she went to like a naval school that women aren't supposed to go to because they are icky and have cooties? Or is that the other one? Someone they hate Marjorie for some other fucking reason. I forget. She's a woman, so she stinks. Here we go. Here's my girl. Here's Marge. Large and in charge Marge. Okay. Here's what she's got to say. She put this out after she saw that everyone fucking hates cheats, and she's probably racist herself, which makes her based.
My dear fellow Americans, I'm introducing a bill to completely eliminate the H-1B visa program, which has been riddled with fraud and abuse and has been displacing American workers for decades. There will only be one exemption in my bill, and it will allow for a $10,000 per year cap on visas issued to medical professionals like doctors and nurses who provide life-saving care to
Wonderful. We can't make those in the U.S. We need 600,000 Chinese people. I love it when I go to my GP and his name is fucking Patel or Singh or some shit. I have a GP who is Nigerian, and then his trainee is fucking Indian. It's like, can we please, I fucking beg of you, with tears in my fucking eyes, can we please stop stuffing our universities with foreign immigrants? I beg of you, just please stop. Please stop. I mean, this is what people want. They want the educated people. How about this? Can we allow just people from Europe? Do you know how many people there are in Europe who write me letters? I get propositioned by men from the UK. Can I marry you to come to the United States? I'm going to say, sorry, that's fucking gay. I would never marry you, sir. I get propositioned by women. Can I come over? Sorry, lady. That doesn't work that way, okay? If you'll get your green card somewhere else. Anyways, instead of her video is boring. She says, I'm introducing a bill to end the mass replacement of American workers by aggressively phasing out the H-1B program. Big tech, AI giants, hospitals, and industries across the board have abused the H-1B system to cut out our own people. This, by the way, is one of the only people I've ever seen that spells H-1B correctly. She spelled it incorrectly the first time, but she got it right the second time. Good job, Marge. It is H-1B. It is Program H, System A, Section B. H-1B. Americans are the most talented people in the world, and I have full faith in the American people. I serve Americans only, and I will always put Americans first. My bill eliminates the corrupt H-1B program and puts Americans first in tech, healthcare, engineering, manufacturing, and industry. We're going to write a letter to Marge and say, Marge, I support your fucking plan here, Marge. So, I'm going to show you guys, because I complain a lot, right? I complain a lot on Twitter. And sometimes that works. Sometimes that's sufficient. Most of the time, it's not sufficient, chat. Most of the time, nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. Every time this happens, and a bunch of fucking retards on Twitter are like, oh my God, this is terrible. What are we going to do? Oh no, the country's ruined. They say, we got to chimp. And then what's their chimping out? It's like liking tweets, retweeting people, calling Vivek Ramaswamy a disgusting Jeet again. Okay, great. We're going to write a physical fucking letter. Get out your notes. Okay, this is how you do it. Get out Word. First thing you want to do is you want to go to layout and you want to set the margins to 1 inch. Why it's not 1 inch by default, I do not know. Now, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it like how I do it, but this is how I do it. And it works for me. I know for a fact they read my letters because they get added to newsletters because I include my email address. So let's start by writing a letter. My name is Joshua Moon. My address is 401 Walnut Street, PMB 21945. Green Cove Springs, Florida, 32043-443. In case you want to say hello. November 14th, 2025, and I am writing to Marjorie. Now, where is Marjorie at? Where does she live? How do I contact her? Good question. We go to the internet and we type in Marjorie Taylor Greene office. Here we go. The Honorable Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rayburn House office in Washington, D.C. She is a 14th District representative from the state of Georgia. Now we know how to contact Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're going to go back to it. By the way, there's this website called commoncause.org. You can go here and find all of your representatives from the federal to the state and local level. I would recommend you do this. It even includes their addresses. You just copy paste it from this fucking website and you can write 6 letters. I did this yesterday. We're going to go back to Word now and I'm going to paste this fucker in. All right. I do not approve of adding a comma after the name of the state or territory, so I'm going to take that out because it pisses me off. Dear Rep Green, I cannot spell Marjorie, so we're going to keep it nice and short. Now, what do we say, chat? What do we say? We're writing our representative here. We're writing our representative. What are we going to say? I want to encourage her to yeet that fucking jeet. Okay, this is a big deal to me. I'm going to say, start with a thank you. I like to start off with sweet, with honey. Let's catch more flies with honey than vinegar, chat. So we're going to say, thank you for putting Americans first in your recent announcement to curtail H-1B, spell H-1B visa correctly. I'm going to change the font, so I'm not going to bother with spacing yet. Abuse. Exclamation point, double space. I like to double space things. People say that's not correct. I don't care what they have to say. This is a great first step. And we need to see more Republican action like this. Trump and J.D. Vance both promised to target H-1B abuse, and it has taken too long to see efforts like this materialize in Congress. Okay. The honey dick is out. Okay. Now, what do I want to do from here? Do I want to encourage further action, or do I want to encourage? I'm going to do both. Let's start by saying, let's start. Actually, I want to expand. Outside of H-1B abuse, we note that we need more medical staff from outside the U.S., but a large contributing factor to this problem is university visa abuse. Our universities, which are largely anti-American, fund themselves with foreign students. Trump promised recently to bring in another 600,000 Chinese students to worsen this problem. Why should this be allowed? Question mark. Next one. Additionally, there are many skilled young people from safe and prosperous countries like the UK and Austria that want to escape their countries for political reasons and would be nothing but a net benefit to the United States. Unfortunately, our visa system only rewards those who enter the country illegally or who abuse nepotism and lie about credentials to exploit worker visas. There are no pathways, such as the immigration systems for the 1960s, to allow Europeans to migrate at will. Please consider these things and take bold action as soon as possible to break down and rebuild our immigration policy. Thank you. Okay. I also enjoy a nice 1.5. Oh, that's a bit much. I think what I do to cheat is I put these at 1.0. There we go. And I also... Is that really? What is this, 12? Oh, it's 14. Oh, geez. 14. That's way too big. That's good. I like that. Actually, should I do 1.15? Oh, that was 1.15. Okay. Then I'll make this a little bit bigger, maybe. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then you press control. Oh, I want this to be... Yeah, I get this on one page. One page. Nobody's gonna read something that's not one fucking page wrong. I didn't close with God's need. Oh, nobody's gonna care then. Okay. XOXO. I got my printer ready. Here. Can you hear my printer? It's printing right fucking now. Okay. Can you hear it? The sound of progress. It's a lot louder than a tweet, chat. Freshly printed. I got new ink in that bad boy. Colors are beautiful. The edges on that font, sharp and crisp, chat. I'm going to take my pen. I've been working on a new signature. I'm going to try it out here. I haven't posted it online yet, so you're just going to have to take my word that it looks good. Okay. Signed. Real ink signature. Fan it so it doesn't smudge, because you're not a lazy G. You don't smudge your letters. And here's a life hack, okay? I'm going to teach you. You can't see this, but just trust me. I'm going to explain what I'm doing. Envelope. I have a security envelope. Now, what you do to get this fucker into a trifold envelope is you line this up so that the top of the paper lines up perfectly with the lip of the envelope. Not all the way up to where the crease is, but where the fold terminates and exposes the open side of the envelope. And that way you can, and I do this all the fucking time, trust me on this. That way I can fold it. Wieso? Und fold it doch. Now I have a trifold envelope that I can fit into the thingy. Right? Very important. I also usually print my envelopes, but I'll write this one because I'm doing it. And pull off. I'm sanitary, chat. There's COVID, you know. So I have a little thing I can just pull off, so I don't have to lick the glue. If you enjoyed licking the glue, by all means, get a standard envelope that requires a little. I will not be doing that, chat, because I am a professional. Then you get your SpongeBob stamps. Got my SpongeBob stamps right here. I like Marjorie Taylor Greene, so I'm going to give her a regular old SpongeBob. And boom. There we go. SpongeBob stamp applied. And that is how you write a letter to your government. I told people to go buy concealed carry weapons. Last month, I am going to tell you to write your representative. For this stream. That is your homework. It will make me feel better if you do it. Don't worry about if it actually enacts change. Worry about making me, your what's the word, parasocial buddy, feel better. Go to commoncause.org, type in your address, and it will list all your representatives for you to email. You can email or write literally all of these people if you so choose. One thing worth mentioning that pisses me off about this website is that and this is a true history lesson for you. I want to say it's the 21st Amendment. Nobody talks about the 21st Amendment. Oh, no, the 21st was ending prohibition. 22nd was 2 terms. Which is it? It's way up there. Which amendment changed the Senate? 17th Amendment. Okay, so before the 17th Amendment, the Senate represented the states, and the states could choose by any mechanism of their pleasing how to delegate people to the Senate, because it was a job of the government itself and not an election. However, there were so many empty seats in the Senate that it caused a problem. And so the 17th Amendment was ratified, and now senators are elected at large for your entire state in the same way that the Congress is, kind of effectively making the Congress completely fucking pointless, because why have a bicameral system when the exact same election mechanism is in place for both of them? As far as I'm concerned, if you want to have a lifetime appointment for your state Senate, then that's how it should be. But we changed that in the 17th Amendment for whatever fucking reason. But what that means is that both of your senators, even the one that I think you don't vote for both of them. I'm not entirely sure. But both your senators represent you in your state, and therefore you are their constituent regardless. So you can write both of your senators, not necessarily the one in your district, as you are. They represent you regardless. And there you go. So you can write Donald Trump if you really want to. I don't usually write the White House. I feel like that's the least effective thing. I only wrote the White House to talk to Stephen Miller, tell him that he's my second favorite Jew. You can probably just at JD Vance on Twitter and he'll see it. But Rick Scott, Aaron Bean, weirdest name in the entire world, DeSantis, you can write those people. There you go. That's how you write your government, and that's how you tell them what I told them, that you better fucking do something about the fucking. The way that I phrase is this: like, look, if you're gonna say that Americans have no talent, there's no point voting for you. Why the fuck would I voluntarily put my address on the internet and register to vote and expose myself that way to go out and cast a ballot for a party that just does not give a fuck? It's like I have a choice between Team A or Team B. It's like Team B was doing pretty good until you said that we're all fucking losers and we need Indians to replace us. So if you think that writing letters to your representatives is a waste of time, you're probably right. But you know what? Today is very special. Today, it will make me feel better about the chimp out. And you know what? I don't understand. I never see people on Twitter saying we should write our representatives, physically write them. Because they're ineffective. I don't think they've ever done it. All right. It's physically tangible. Fax them. Fax them. I don't think they even have fax machines to be real. All right. Next. Is this something that I can talk about on YouTube? How long? I haven't been streaming long enough. Let's risk it, chat. Let's risk it. Transgenders have been banned from competing in female Olympic events. The International Olympic, I don't know what the C stands for, committee? Yeah, committee has issued a full ban on transgender athletes. So, sorry, y'all. The pendulum do be swinging and shit. Let's see what it says. The IOC's guidance to Olympic sport has until now been that transgender women can compete with female competition with reduced testosterone levels, but leaves up to the individual sport to decide. This is now set to change under its new president, Christy Coventry. Oh no. They let a Freud lead the IOC. Now she's doing heck and turf stuff, who promised to protect the female category. The committee's medical and scientific director, Dr. Jane Thornton, geez, dude, last week presented to IOC members at a meeting in Lausanne the initial findings of a science-based review into the issues of transgender athletes and athletes with differences of sexual development competing in female sport. So basically, the heckin' science is in, and surprise, surprise, when you let a big, burly fucking dude compete with women, they get their skulls crushed. I could have told you that. I could have saved you approximately $250 million in scientific fees just by using my fucking eyeballs. But no, now it's been cemented into the science that this is real now. Likely to cover differences of sexual development. Is that the nice way of saying that you're a fucking hermaphrodite, that you're a fucking freak? Those who are raised as girls from birth but have male chromosomes and male level of testosterone. So tranny, basically. Okay. That follows a huge controversy at the boxing tournament in the Paris 2024 Olympics, wherein two boxers, Imam Khalif from Algeria and Taiwan's Lin Yuting, won gold medals despite having been disqualified from the previous year's World Championship for allegedly failing to meet gender eligibility criteria. Imagine being such a grotesque tranny that you completely bungle the system for absolutely everybody. That is the story of the Algerian Imam Khalif. Imagine being a Muslim in Algeria and having to cope so hard that you just lie to the entire world about your son being a girl. You just have to cope so fucking hard, and the end result of your cope is like national, international media attention, and then the IOC changes the rules. They sink $250 million into a study to be like, yeah, actually your son is a son, sorry to say. I hate to be the one to break it to you. Okay. I don't think I can do this. The next thing that I have lined up, chat. Usually I try to keep the YouTube segment to an hour, but I don't think that's possible this stream. Because the stream will be probably a little bit shorter. Just from my mental chat, for my mental health reasons. What I have planned next is we're gonna do a little bit of watching some content, some very spicy content, and because it comes from YouTube, I actually don't know if I'm allowed to watch it on stream. But I'm gonna be going over the poop throwing festival, as it were, and we're gonna see if it really lives up to the hype. In case you don't remember, there's this guy who's way more popular than I remember. His name is Tyler Oliveira, and he has 8.4 million subscribers on YouTube. And apparently, he's like a travel vlog, I guess. So he decided, I heard that India is a poopy place. I'm gonna go to a specific town in India that has a poop throwing festival, and I will gallivant with them, the poop throwers, and we'll have a good old time. Okay. So he did. He flew all the way out to India, and he had nothing but nice things to say about the Indians. They all seemed very interested in his camera. They seemed interested in him being a famous YouTuber. I guess when they said that, he's like, oh my God, this guy has 8.4 million YouTube subscribers. I think that's like the only thing that actually matters to an Indian is like how many YouTube subscribers you have. And if you have enough, you can do whatever you want in India. You're just like completely free. So I'm downloading the video right now so I can play it without having to buffer anything. My website's being complete shit, but I think that actually might be my VPN being complete shit. So wait, it is a dung throwing festival. What's funny? I'm not going to play the actual intro part. I'm just going to play the poopy part. But I watched through the entire thing, and one of the things that stood out to me is that women were forbidden to participate, and it's really there was never really a good answer for it. Apparently, the lore of this place is this town, because the Hindus have like 8 million gods, and cow dung is holy in all of Hinduism. Supposedly, there was a god that was born from the cow poo in this very special town, okay? And when the god was born and blessed the area, the region, and came to the lord of the region in a dream, he told the lord of the region, let the men throw poo. So only the men can do it. The rest of them just have to watch from the sidelines and get cucked, I guess. Now, I have alternate theories as to why this is the case. I assume that the first poo throwing festival was like a rape fest. Like everyone was like, oh, teehee, let's throw poo. And then there was like rape in the cow poo. And it was just like the most horrific thing that even an Indian was like, what the fuck? We can't do this anymore. So they came to a conclusion that they can't do away with the cow poo festival. They instead must do away with the women. So what they do throughout the year is that the farmers start collecting cow poo. Now, every Hindu person has a cow. I don't know why. It just seems to be that every single person in India has a cow, and cows shit. And the cows just wander about the village, and they eat and they shit. So then is the duty of the duty. It is the duty of the people that live in this town to take a shovel and to start scooping that cow poo into a pile. And then for this one special day, they get giant trucks, load the giant trucks up with the poopy, and then go to a specific designated cow pooping street. And they dump the cow poop into the designated cow pooping street. And the women stand on the sidelines in horror and watch as their retard men wrestle each other and throw heaps of cow shit at each other, basically completely naked except for like boxer briefs. Now the Indian reaction to this was very poor, not well received in India for reasons unknown to me. Okay, you would suspect that they would be very, very pleased to hear that this famous YouTuber was coming by to investigate their lovely country, and their lovely, because they're so much superior to all of us, as Donald Trump said, that I think they'd be very proud of this kind of thing. It did not seem like they were very proud at all, chat. So me try changing my... Why is my download decide to terminate my entire stream? Did I get it? Hello? Hello? Hi? We're back? Okay, great. We hear you. Okay. I'm still filibustering to I guess I'm not going to be able to download this video, because for whatever fucking reason, it's just not happening. What if I try the mega file? Truly, it's terrible to be a Josh bro and to suffer. Because sometimes the forum just works beautifully. Why is this archive 300? It's only 9. Okay. Maybe we'll just have to try to watch it on YouTube, because that's not fucking working. All right, where is the cow poo at? Here we go. It's only like a couple minutes of the entire video where he's okay. He tries to make this less awkward, but you can tell he's mortified. Let's just watch it on the YouTube version. Okay, here we go. All right, Tyler Oliveira in the cow poop. Fuck all that other bullshit. Sorry, YouTube. I hope you switched over during that brief downtime where you had the opportunity. I don't want to get dinged by Neil Mahan. Now that the YouTubers are gone, let's watch some poop throwing chat. Wait, are the YouTubers gone? I think the YouTubers are still Why? Oh my god, I can't terminate the YouTube video. Do I have to like manually end it on... Why does that not work? Why does something new break every fucking stream? There's a button on Rumble that I've been using to terminate the YouTube connection, and now today is just the day that does not work. Just awesome. Okay. Sorry, YouTube. I am violently trying to murder you. It's like when you feel bad about killing somebody and you start killing them, and then it's like way harder to kill them than you imagine that it would have taken to kill them, and you're like struggling with this. I can't do it from the YouTube studio either. Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to delete this VOD after the fucking stream. I hope that you enjoy it, okay? Actually, let me take the Neil Maham off, and then I'll know to crop it here in the editor. Okay, that's how we'll do this. So if you're listening to the VOD, Sar, this is where it ends. This is where your story ends, stalker. For the rest of you who are watching live, blessed poop throwing.
My goodness! Unbelievable!
So that is cow shit, just so we're clear. They just take up giant boulders of cow shit and throw it at each other. He says that he's sinking into the cow shit.
And I swear, the moment I stepped in the pile of poop, it nearly swallowed me whole.
This is hell. When I close my eyes and I have nightmares, this is what it looks like.
While I was hesitant to get my hands dirty, I realized the throwing of this poop was far more violent and aggressive than I expected.
They're really like taking giant boulders of poop and like smashing little kids with them. That's what they do in this country.
Poop meteors, enough to concuss each other. I was naive to think.
Look at that kid. He's down in the poop and they like see weakness in him and they start hitting him with it. The women are looking on with shock and awe. Like that brown guy's trying to touch his camera. Stop touching. He's trying to like touch his camera. Look at that with his poopy fucking fingers. Watch instant replay. Look at that Jeep. He sees the camera and he's like, "Sa, I touch your screen, sa, with my poopy hands, sa. Literally shit encrusted hands, sa. Touch your screen." Ah, yeah. Trying to like put it in his mouth. That guy's creepy. That guy in his mouth. That hit him. There is no God here. That guy keeps touching him. Look at the thing on his thing. Just walking through a mass of humans. Oh wait, check out the ladies. Let's see the white boy. Shit. So he throws up a little bit because he got poop in his mouth. I think he goes back in. Yeah, he does. He's like, I'm not gonna like pussy.
Loaded up on ammunition.
He sits on the side and throws little poop balls at people. Meanwhile, they go into the deep ninth circle of hell. He stands by where the women are, where it's safer.
It's kind of fun. It's very fun. It is. It's pretty fun. Pretty complete warfare.
So much poo, chat. We just need them in Florida. We just need them. So let's read the comments on this, okay? Let's start by newest. Ash Akshaya Singh says Heil, or says Hitler. He didn't say Heil, he just says Hitler. I did this so everyone would see this. The Pujit has figured out white boy brain. You gotta say Hitler, and then they'll pay attention to you. Since I don't see any Indian defending, I'll do it. So here it is. Last year you said, don't visit India, it sucks. Then you came back now. What y'all need to understand is that this is a hyper-localized festival only celebrated in one and only one village. Don't mention that he definitely tried to generalize it and called it a festival of 1 billion people on Twitter. I see what you did there. While smearing dung on your butty is not good, you stated some true and untrue facts about cow dung and India, sir, while trying to generalize. I'll not go on that. But what I will go on is this. Even though the villagers said that one widow ate poo, you still tried to generalize. You take so much pride being an American on Twitter, I guess you couldn't do that without putting down others, sir. So the villagers, I forgot to mention this part. They believe that cow dung has miracle healing properties, that if you smear cow shit on yourself, it will prevent you from getting skin cancer. It will literally cure cancer. Literally cure cancer. I'm not even joking. They literally said that cow shit will literally cure cancer if you roll around in it. There was one guy who eats it, and then when he asked the other villagers about it, they said, no, we don't eat it. It's just that one guy who's weird, which I'll leave it up to your interpretation if they are smart enough to lie about this. You are confusing a pagan animist Hindu religion with India. There are Christians, Muslims, Sikhs, and Buddhists in India. Let's see. Considering India's 5,000-year history, this shit started only 300 years back. I saw some piece of insidious cultural inception by some malevolent erstwhile colonial power. Sa. It is actually the UK, sa, that throws the shit, sa. That's literally what this guy is saying. This fucking guy right here just said that the UK was the one that brought shit smearing as a concept, as a party favor. Okay. This guy is brown and says, ban South India now. Aditya. So he must be like a Muslim Pakistani or from like the northern part. He's like, no, sa, it's just only South India, sa. India respect button. 3 big respects for India. India is not for beginners. And then there is a flag, and then a cow, and then another flag. Okay. Where are all the races coming from? These fuckers don't know anything. Just blah, blah, blah. And also translation like, fuck your transaction. Worse than this shit. You gayans, you fucking dumb bitch. You are fuck your mother. By the way, the Hindustan Times, one of the largest English publications from India, literally ran an article about how Oliveira's mother is on OnlyFans. Just a completely and totally made up, deceptive, 100% fucking false lie. Because Hindus are obsessed with like sexualizing white women because they're fucking rape bees. Let's see. Give them all visas right now. Base. I'm gonna give that a thumb. Oh, I can't. I'm not signed on. I am Indian, and even I am only hearing about this for the first time. Out of the 665,000 villages, this is practiced in one village. What a joke when foreigners come. They only show garbage in India, but have they ever traveled to Manali? It is better than Switzerland. It is better than Switzerland. Every country in the world has had this garbage in it. This motherfucker really thinks that you can find even one rundown methamphetamine fentanyl zombie shithole holler in this whole goddamn country that is as filthy as every fucking street in his. You can go to Gary, Indiana. You're not going to find this shit. I'll go to Gary, Indiana, motherfucker. I'll show you. There's nothing there. There's so many of them too. What is this guy saying Korean? I have to know. I wish I could translate it live, but I'm not signed in, so I guess I can't. Translating it myself. 1 second. Wow, it's really dirty.
와, 진짜 너무 더러워.
Dude, what is it with the Korean language? And they go, 어드드도, 돌려요, wo. They always end on that like wo sound. You are funded by Muslims. Sa, you cannot dislike the poop throwing festival unless you are funded by Qatar. As an Indian, I despise my nation. My boy, I am so sorry to tell you this, but if I have anything to say about it, you will never, ever leave it. You will never leave India. Ever. Ever. I will put my boot down on you, on your face, and push you myself. I will push you with my boot back into the shit, okay? You're never getting out of it. This is the reason I don't trust Americans. Americans are very bad scammers. The worst scammers in the entire world, sir. Because they are always promoting misleading information about other countries. And everyone knows that about their racism. Okay, one more. As a South Asian, I want to tell you there is 70 unicorn companies in America, and this laughing crying is India. I really want to know why YouTube algorithm working so hard against India because of Westerner fear and rigged wing politics, but it's not bad. Cool emoji. At least Indians will see the reality and wash and wipe their mouth after Kangal Dung celebration. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg also hate Indian immigrant worldwide, especially Indian Twitter, your algorithm getting triggered by Indians hard. They will see the reality of their dung brain, I think is happening good. There it is. From Ith Gamers. Does he have any content? He has a logo. No content? You can found unique gameplay here. I can't, though. You have no unique gameplay, saw. Okay. I guess that's what we're doing here. So there's a guy called Dinesh D'Souza, and basically he's a Reagan-era Republican who has been basically just broke complete like mask off on Twitter. He after everyone got mad at Trump, he says, no, actually Americans are fucking retards and India will conquer the world. Like basically just saying that outright. So suffer Americans. I'll read his responses here. Tyler Oliveira says, after much consideration, I have decided I will not be releasing my documentary capturing India's poop throwing festival. Now, this was a fake out to get more promotion, which worked. Dinesh D'Souza, who again I will remind you is a immigrant from India who was a Reagan advisor, said this. How about commenting on this festival? It seems like the future belongs to the poop throwers. And then there's a chart. Here's a bar chart throwing median household income by major racial and ethnic groups in the United States for 2024, based on the latest U.S. Census Bureau data. Now, very unfavorably, we lump the Indians into the Asian category. So the Asian category shows that the average median household income is $120,000, which is higher than whites by about $40,000. Now, I don't know this for certain, but I can believe it's true. What I have heard is that Indians live together in like bug hive households of 8, and I've seen it. It's hard. I didn't count them. Like I didn't sit out there and count them, but I swear to God, there was a 2-bedroom near where I lived when I first came back that had at least 4 people living there. So it could be that they just live 8 to a house, and then when they count the median household income, you have 8 Indians working, for whatever, $15,000 each, and then that counts as $120,000, even though they're not making that much. It looks like they are, but I don't know if that's true. Tyler actually responds to him and says, or pushes it out. Oh, he says, funniest result of this debate was Dinesh D'Souza going mask off Lamau. Mask off, Dinesh, you pumped fake. Whatever happened to no more identity politics? That's true. That's what he was. He was very anti-race-based politics and on Twitter for the right, but he's Indian, so. He says, I noticed that white nationalists and groypers rarely expose the Pakistani, Bangladeshi, and Indonesian allies. You never hear, stay away from my country, or stop masquerading as a white guy. In other words, they all know who's on their team. I have no Pakistani, Bangladeshi, or Indonesian allies. I mean, it's very true that Elon Musk has that Malaysian gimp retard, what's his face? And it's true that Nick Fuentes was friends with a brown Muslim pedophile named Ali Akbar that he fed children to. So maybe that's what he means. I don't know where that guy's from, though. I think it is Pakistan, though, as a matter of fact. Denise also says, I don't think these losers... responding to Surf, of all people, who's like the biggest fucking Twitter shit poster ever. I had to unfollow that guy because he just, like, his entire shtick is baiting people. He says, this is not American, and posts a picture of Dinesh. He says, I don't think these losers understand how I react to this abuse. I react in the way the Duke of Kent would react to the caterwauling of a street heckler. I don't seek a duel. I am simply entertained by the stupidity. My wife tells me I enjoy these plebeian tantrums way too much. This guy, aristocracy like the Duke of Kent, Sar. You come at him swinging. He's not even going to swing back, Sar. He's already won by virtue of being rich and famous and brown, and you're just white and stupid and no talented, like Trump said. Tyler says, shut the fuck up, Dinesh. Unprovoked, your response to my family and I being doxxed, threatened, and harassed by Indian nationalists, infuriated by my documentation of a poop-throwing festival was not sympathy as a fellow American. Nope. You posted a screenshot of median household income of Asia households earning more than white American households. Who the fuck does that? It gives the impression that all you see is GDP. If you believe in colorblind American solidarity, then why is your first instinct to defend anonymous Indians threatening to rape my imaginary sister and mother with a screenshot of household income stacks among ethnic groups? And then Dinesh also posted some other dumb shit I saw. No, he literally offered a book saying the end of racism, and then he put out tweets about how Asians are smarter and better than whites. He has a felony conviction for illegal election campaign finance contributions, but was pardoned by Trump. They literally are just scammers. It's like their entire job. Like, even if they're in politics, they're doing illegal shit. That's funny. He says, I was being sarcastic, so fuck you. Fuck this guy. He's fucking liars. I'm so sick of them. Did you write your congressman yet? Did you write them yet, chat? Do you want 1,000,000 trillion Dinesh Souzas running your entire fucking country? I remind you, it's commoncause.org. You can search your address and find all your representatives, chat. You can even write Marjorie Taylor Greene. So you think, good job. I like you. All right, let me get a sip. What is going on in India? Poop throwing festivals. You faxed them. Good job. Okay. Last stream, I talked about Ashley Isaacs perhaps being dead. There has been some developments in this sector. So these are comments on her last Instagram post. Thera Awakening says, I'm heartbroken to say she passed away October 13th. It feels so wrong to be the one to put this out there, but I know many of you care about her, and I think you deserve to know. It's been so hard to accept. Thera says she knew her personally. And she was followed by Ashley Isaacs. Only one of 70 people. Okay, that's crazy. Then this post was made on I think eating disorder forum. Jweb says, I feel the same way. I really hope she's given a proper, dignified funeral. I think you don't need much of a casket for her. I think it'll be up to her mother to plan it and pay for it, and I hope that she does. But I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't, given their relationship. There hasn't been any obituary posted online. It's been almost a month since she passed, and usually if there's a funeral, the funeral home will automatically publish one. So it probably means her mother hasn't arranged a funeral service, or the state may have handled the cremation. If the mother doesn't plan a funeral, the state will cremate. It's such a sad thought. She went through so much and really deserved a peaceful goodbye. I just hope that she's finally at peace. From what I understand, her cremation or her eating disorder was brought on because her mother was abusive. Apparently this person contacted the landlord, said her landlord was at the time let me know that she had passed away. I knew where she lived, and after not hearing from her for a few days, which was very unusual for her, she was active online pretty much all the time. I reached out to her landlord and was given the sad news. I still can't believe she's gone. It feels so unreal. I decided to post about her passing online as I don't think her mom will mention anything about it. They did not have a good relationship. Ashley doesn't really have much family around her or many close friends in real life, but she had so many followers and online friends who genuinely cared about her. Sorry, Jana Cooney just slurped it all up. Every last calorie gone. That user's name is Calories. That's very funny. Well, she lived for a very, very long time despite her condition. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I can only feel so bad for someone who deliberately killed themselves. Chantal, on the other hand, speaking of calories, this will be a mercifully brief Chantal update. I realized that last stream I indulged the content a little bit too thoroughly, but there is not much to say this time. Okay. So here's what happened. She's now back in Canada, and she is not feeling good. She's feeling very sad. This has always been Chantal's issue. She doesn't have a fucking job. She doesn't have a fucking thing to do. So she just like juggles interpersonal drama with ex-boyfriends continuously. And so she's back in Canada with nothing but a cat and no furniture except I guess a nice couch to sleep on. And so she's stuck with her thoughts, thinking about all the opportunity, all the good times, and she's crying about it. I have about a minute of this to play, and that will be it for Chantal.
Well, I'm telling you something. I feel like, should I just try to get used to the loneliness and be by myself? Or should I either move in with Pete's or go back to Syria? And if I go back to Syria, your channel's gonna tank if you go back to Syria. Well, whatever then. I mean, what do you want me to say? I don't have to worry about bills the way I do here. And those who still like me, no matter what I do, will still watch. So who cares? How do you know I won't be happy if I'm not happy anywhere anyways? Anyway, we'll see. I'm obviously here, so that's the best option.
So she's very high. She came back to the United States, or not the United States, but Canada, and she immediately took off the hijab, immediately got completely fucking wasted on the dank ganja marijuana 420 cigarettes, okay? And now she's reminiscing about what to do. She's worrying about her bills because her channel's dead. And she realizes that her country has been cheated and it stinks and things are very expensive now. So she doesn't know what to do. And things are bad in Canada. So does she need to go back to Syria to her one true love, Salah? We'll find out next time, chat. We'll find out next time. So the next person I want to show you is new. You've never seen this person before. They're new on the forum, and they are spurging out, and people are enjoying the content, chat. This is Anna Marie Bompart. She's a ratchet hoe. I know nothing about her, chat, but she is crashing out on Instagram and yelling about the kiwi farms. Should I read the intro post? I'm afraid there might be OnlyFans or something, judging by the character of this woman. Let's go see the post, okay? Okay, the post appears to be clean. Let's read. So this thread was made over a year ago. I guess she just found it. Manhattan's Henrietta Hudson, one of the oldest lesbian bars in the country, is suing an angry woke crusader who has been ranting online that the gay watering hole is racist to patrons of color, according to Peter Senzamaxi from New York Post. $40 million lawsuit, and then she puts out videos, and that's what makes her a lol cow, because she's like insane and on Twitter or Instagram all the time. She's one of the few people I've ever seen that just, besides H3H3, who instead of tweeting just Instagram posts and then expects people to like screenshot the images. And just apparently she just posts documents like how she harasses everybody at the bar all the time. Okay, great. There she is, primed, ready to go, cause people problems in Bronx, New York. Here are her messages about the forum. Reminder that list from Kiwi Farms is currently Scrumptian, Nanashi, Boob Whiskers. Say one more thing, Kurdish Kangaroo, and you're moved to the top of the list, which means I'm going to be outside your house in 2 months or less. Going to put a UPX next day delivery rush on doxing your info and getting my gun license. Just kidding. Smiley face. Not going to lie, though, I do plan to show up on these Kiwis' houses once I dox them just to say hi. I do plan to get a gun legally for my own safety and bring it. Before I go say hi, hopefully they live in open carry states, lol. I do plan to travel, no matter how far. I could use a vacation, and I'm self-employed right now, lol. I don't mind using it if I need to and lying to the police that they came to me or tried to rape me or whatever, lol. I don't mind jail, but I also don't mind eliminating losers who don't deserve to be alive and then lying my way out if necessary. Just kidding. Lol. And she says this plus this Nanashi bitch's cystic acne nasty weirdo, mom's basement dwelling, no sunlight getting complexion. Shout out Noel, another basement dweller. All I said in this thread is that she looks real fucking nasty because she does. Look at this fucking ratchet ass fucking hoe. So I said that nasty ratchet ass hoe is a nasty ratchet ass hoe who looks greasy as shit and is ugly. And she's mad at me. Won't look too good when its brains are blown out all over the pavement outside its mom's house. And it's truly the correct pronouns for these unhuman fucking freaks. And self-defense on my part. Just kidding, lol. Let me read my notes here real quick. She's autistic, apparently, if that wasn't clear. She's basically like female Patrick S. Tomlinson is my gist of this. She's like, I'm gonna like smoke out all the haters and stalkers in the name of woke or whatever. She claims to be Armenian, which is why she's a woman of color, supposedly. But apparently her DNA results came in and she's just white. And she sued a lesbian bar, as I said. So she threatens to kill these people. And here's some crash out content, okay? Oh, this is a different person. I already read these. Okay, no, we're great. Okay, we're wonderful. So that's what's up. If you want a female Patrick S. Tomlinson child, we can. Oh, she does videos. Let's listen to some videos.
What's also crazy about this whole case was that from the beginning, all they had to do was apologize. Like, all Vic had to do was apologize to me. That's why I didn't call the police when he assaulted me. And in fact, like, the first time I got banned from Cubbyhole because I had yelled at him after he was provoking me, I had to apologize to him to be let back in. And I brought that up later, right before he pulled my chair out. I was like, I apologize to you. You did not apologize to me. And then also, when, like, the bigger things I learned later about, like, racism and how both these bars treat people came up, like, all those bars had to do was apologize to the people they hurt, you know, and then hopefully change their ways, not just a fake apology, but change their ways. Like, they didn't have to do any of this, you know?
She she's like Russell Greer Tomlinson female. She's like a vexatious litigant who sues people that upset her for bullshit torts, and then she acts like a super tough guy and threatens to kill people on the internet. No, lesbian bar child, you owes me an apology. Enjoy having your brains blown out all over the pavement, stalker. Just kidding, lol. There you go. That's her. Let's pick another one.
Like, I don't know what it is about, like, rich people or white people or bar people or, like, whatever the group.
Bitch. It's so funny when people who are like the most, she's literally, if she's Armenian even, Armenia is in the Caucasus, right? I hate to break it to you, but I think you might be a Caucasoid. I'm afraid to say it.
But the demographic is, or multiple demographics, I don't know. You know, like, people are going to get offended if I say white people, so maybe it's also just rich people in general, but they think like they don't have to apologize, or they don't know how, like, you know, just like Vic has zero conflict resolution skills. I don't know, you know, like, what is wrong with people that they don't want to say sorry?
Armenia is a part of the Caucasus region. Damn, I'm so fucking, damn that geology, nice chat. Afraid we got a Caucasoid over here, cocking it up. Cringe. Don't you hate it when a Caucasoid is up to his old tricks again, pretending to be a POC? Geology, whatever. Geography. Fuck rocks. I'm not feeling too good, okay? She got banned from Lex? What the fuck is Lex? Isn't Lex a oh, Lex.lgbt. Is that like a Blue Sky thing? Lex, it's queer, it's here. And they show trannies. Ew. What is it? Is it just an app? It's not like plugged into anything. It's just like gay Twitter, I guess. That used to just be called Twitter. She got banned from that for being a psychopath. Okay. I knew that Closet Zionist was gonna get, dude. It's bad when whatever the fuck this is like, yeah, fuck Jews. Fuck Jews. There's a quote. I'm gonna have to find it because it's a pretty funny quote. Let's see. Who was the guy that said anti-Semitism should be a refined aristocratic thing? H.L. Mencken, an American journalist, satirist, and culture critique in a diary entry. This is the quote. Okay, let's see if this is exactly what I was thinking of. The Jews could put me down very plausibly as the most unpleasant race ever heard of, or could be put down very plausibly as the most unpleasant race ever heard of. As commonly encountered, they lack many of the qualities that mark the civilized man: courage, dignity, incorruptibility, ease, confidence. They have vanity without pride, voluptuousness without taste, and learning without wisdom. But if there's one thing they have in abundance, it is that the delicate and aristocratic sense of humor. No doubt, my distaste for the Jews is based mainly upon the fact that most of the Jews I have known personally have been low-caste Jews, and hence unarousing. Uh, Anti-Semitism, when it is reserved for the really offensive Jews, is a mark of refined and aristocratic spirit. The common fellow hates all Jews indiscriminately. I guess that would only back up being anti-Zionist or something then, right? That's not what I was thinking of, though. There was a quote, I think from a French guy from a long time ago, who said something like how when anti-Semitism became a thing for the masses, it stopped being cool. Lowly kosher bosher, that's right. Exactly right. The kosher boshers. Someone explained to me, I don't know if that was in a super chat during that segment, but someone explained to me that kosher bosher referred to delis, Jews that ran butcheries. Apparently bosher is something about like a butchery in Yiddish. So when he was referring to kosher bosher, he's referring to like butchers and shit in New York. Anyways, Anna Valens. Anna Valens is a troon. Anna Valens once participated in Drop Kiwi Farms. Anna Valens wanted the Kiwi Farms deplatformed for being a heckin' no good, no think site. Anna Valens, unfortunately for theirself, finds herself on the other side of censorship now. Because Anna Valens happens to have very refined taste for giantess vor and rape. Things which are generally frowned upon by common civilized society. So Anna Valens is into ASMR, more specifically producing transgender ASMR about rape. And rape, many people these days say rape, no good. And in fact, even on websites that allow pornography, particularly because of credit card policies, rape pornography and even so-called consensual non-consensual, which is pornography that is indistinguishable from rape, is not permitted on these platforms. So that includes lolicon stuff. That includes, as I mentioned, rape. And Anna Valens is into that kind of stuff. So when the hammer came down and they got banned from Patreon, Subscribestar, Twitter, a bunch of other shit for rape, is they took up a mantle against credit card-based censorship. And has been complaining about it. Okay. Now, the other thing that Anna Valens said that was ironic is that after Drop Kiwi Farms and before rape was banned, Anna Valens had taken up the pitchfork against VTubers. I believe that. Oh man, what was it? Did Anna Valens just call them pedophiles, or did he try to make the point that they're like stealing sex work from real trannies or some shit? It was something like that. It was. I don't think it was just lolicon. I think it was something weirder, like about it depriving sex workers of customers or some shit. Oh, the right wing. That's it. I knew it was something fucking stupid. Came after Kasia and Pippa Pipkins and others and said they're Nazis, so we have to ban them. And then the left-wing media apparatus completely dismantled his business of selling rape pornography and rape ASMR. So now he's like, well, wait a second. I don't mean like that. Sucks to be you. Sucks to be a retard, I guess. All right, let's read these. Let me read these skeets. Anna Valens says, this is green text. Sex party ASMR. Audio makes it clear the listener and the speaker are not related, are literally strangers. Audio removed for mommy. Pornhub has fallen. So I guess Anna Valens tried to make a video with the title Mommy Dom. The full name is A Succubus Mommy Dom Lets You Bounce on Her Cock at a Monster Girl Sex Club, Fuda for Fuda. Reason for removal, familial relations, because it included the word mommy in the title. So the robot that they employ at Pornhub to remove the most facially repulsive content imaginable scooped up this one for a meme, basically, the mommy dom meme. And Anna is upset about this. Literally in the bio, bruh, your favorite succubus mommy VTuber now on Pornhub. Profile pic by Maiden Wrath, banner by variant cover. I hate how much my Fuda for Fuda content gets censored. It's insane. Well, it is insane, isn't it? literally going to crash out. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to reach my audience everywhere is banning me for the most milquetoast shit. Tranny replies saying, it's insane how bad the censorship is getting out there. People deserve to enjoy your stuff in peace. Ugh. Okay, so they're going to start removing anything with daddy in it too, lol. Current trajectory indicates it will be a sales funnel for paywalled content on external sites. Emily says, literally can't exist online without tripping over piles of cishet content with women calling older men daddy or step sibling stuff, etc. But it's a problem when the trannies and dykes do it. Yeah, it is. Next, they'll remove vor because of murder or something. It is. Just so you know, a lot of them are into the full cycle. That's it goes in and it comes out. And most of them, there's actually a specific vor term for it's called like a full tour or something, where they get pooped out but they're still alive. They're like just like frozen in poopanite, like they're Indian or Han Solo or something. But most of it is death, chat. Jules Lang says, bank take, mommy. Irish says, this is wild considering like half of Pornhub is step cess at this point. Imagine being so familiar with Pornhub in particular that you can like catalog its trends, like how you say like, oh, on Reddit they're really pissed off about the H1B stuff. Like this guy's like, yeah, on Pornhub it's all step incest, bro. Kudoji says, what the fuck? There's a lot of videos with stepbrother, stepsister there. Asia the magical girl. Asia's a content, you fucking retard. Pornhub, the reason the joke, oh help me step bro, I'm stuck, exists. Michaela says this feels like flatantly transphobic garbage. Ada, 3 Inuis in a crop top, says AI moderation should be a fucking crime. Okay. Here's more from Anna. I have dealt with so much this year. They, me, oh, they. I have dealt with so much this year, but getting censored for having mommy is an insanely inoffensive video complete with aftercare and check-ins is the only thing that makes me cry my eyes out. Pornhub deleted a video that says, mommy dom Fuda let you jump on her cock, Fuda for Fuda. Got deleted. And Anna Valens is crying, literally physically shedding tears over this loss to all mankind. Pizuri Pete in the shoddy evidence says, I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so devastated. I've been dealing with constant censorship all year. YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, Vice, and now Pornhub. It feels like the walls are closing in really hard, and it's getting harder and harder to pay the bills. I feel so squeezed. Like, can I? Hold up. I feel like my reading could be amplified by something here. No, it's like 19 seconds. I need longer. Oh yeah, this is it. Load. Fuck you, Nilahan. Yeah, there we go. Nothing I'm doing with my ASMR work is like particularly abnormal. Why me? Why is it always a fucking fight? Because it's Fuda for Fuda? Because it's gay? Homer for Hire says, Anna, I'm sorry. I know giving words can do so much, but you do good work, and this is unfair to you. We can only hope for a better future, and one where this doesn't constantly happen to you. Also, if you need to take a day, take it. I know this is upsetting, but take time for yourself if needed. Thanks, Homer. This means a lot. This is only true of incest content. My content is not incest content, of which it is obvious if Pornhub actually viewed my video. Pornhub has many videos exactly like my own. And this is the screenshot. Mommy Dom gives prostate massage to Femboy handjob compilation. Mommy Dom gives gentle femdom handjob to femboy post-orgasm torture. Trans goth Mommy Dom JOI good boys follow along with mommy. I'm so miserable about Pornhub censoring that Fuda for Fuda video. It was like the last straw on a camel's back. I despise what the lowercase I internet which one is becoming and how many of my former colleagues in journalism enabled and encourage this censorship. Even now, so many people who remain in games journalism are quiet about the censorship occurring from MasterCard, Visa, and PayPal. Not even Blue Sky and Twitter do they talk about it. They just don't care. And there's more. There's so much more. Let me turn this down just a little bit. No trans women, referring to a post where here's the reason why I spoke to so many video game actors. Nobody wants to hear a tranny talk, bro. The voice of the tranny is like the most immediately repulsive thing about all of them. And you start talking, like if there's ever a picture where you're like, well, I guess it could be a woman. They start talking. It's like, oh, buddy. Buddy, what are you doing? Annabelle says, Kill la Kill was so controversial when it came out, but it was the beginning of queer girl anime fans coming to terms with and embracing that fan service doesn't have to be automatically deemed misogynistic. In fact, it can be a guilty pleasure. The pandemic that made it okay to be horny on Maine. Once that happened, people started accepting that fan service definitely might not be feminist, but it's not that deep. I also think the rise of English VTubing led to feminist critics befriending lewd tubers, so there's no real appetite for indirectly telling your friends they're objectifying women. Quote, the anime with big bouncy booba is misogynistic, but when my friend's model has it and commissions a ton of art like that, it's okay to, yeah, no. And don't get me started on the idea that somebody is wearing a woman suit to VTube. That's a non-starter. The horny one in weebdom, which is good. Anime, manga, and hentai are all deeply interconnected. You don't have to have contemporary anime without ero manga. You don't have contemporary anime without ero manga. The medium is fundamentally erotic. Straight from the horse's mouth, chat. And not the rape horse from Berserk. From your fellow weeb, from Anna Valens. The Gooner in chief, the mommy dom Fuda F for F, saying exactly what I've been saying, but the weebs don't believe it. It's just a medium, bro. It's like saying you don't like pencil drawings, bro. A lot of people want queer porn, but they don't want to pay for it. It's a shame, but porn is an artistic endeavor, an industry. The moment you give a couple bucks to a queer pornographer, you're fighting back against the censorship mechanisms at play in our society at large. My dream is not to become rich or famous doing Fuda for Fuda ASMR, but to inspire other lesbians to become Fuda for Fuda ASMR artists. To make that dream a reality, there's only one way forward. $5 a month. Think of it like planting a seed that blooms into 1,000,000 trees. Can I get a 1,000 sub pack for stomping on the faces of these fucking people forever and ever? Is that how you would do it? Wait. Hold up. I missed an opportunity to do this. Oh, where's my thing at? Okay, hold up. Here, let me repeat myself here. What was this thing? Oh, this. I despise what the lowercase I internet is becoming and how many of my former colleagues in journalism enabled and encouraged the censorship chat. I think we're going to need a big old fucking retard alert. A fucking retard alert for this fucking retard tranny literal fucking pro-censorship fucking journalist. I fucking encourage this shit for his entire fucking life until it personally financially harmed him in particular, chat. Retard fucking alert. I hate him. I hate him more than you can possibly imagine. Suffer. Is there more? I don't know if I can deal with more. He's been suspended from Patreon. Oh, did this come before he got suspended? Oh my God. This came before he got suspended on Patreon. Okay. Deep breath, roll the shoulders. Hoping for some good salt here. I'm hoping for some actual fucking lamentations here, chat. I'm having a... I'm having a hard time sleeping because I'm just so stressed out financially. I don't know what job or work I can even take on to pay the bills. And I'm worried about a repeat of the Vice situation where if I write for an outlet people don't like out of desperation, I get harassed again. I don't know, man. 554th most insufferable person on the server. And I guess getting engaged? I don't know if that's on Mastodon or what. Wait, why did Blue Sky tag this? Oh, it is Mastodon. It must be. Why did Blue Sky tag this? No, never mind. This is not. This is Blue Sky. Oh, the image is this. It's not. So it's like a sexually suggestive, but does not include nudity. This is a non-sexual piece of artwork with a giant woman. I mean, this is just like giantess porn, bro. It's like not. This is clearly sexually suggestive. I don't know why you're fucking complaining. I lost my Patreon for the time being. This is obvious. Do you even fucking know how many letters I've gotten exactly like this? CSR letters like, hey, I'm so-and-so from the trust and safety team here at whatever. Your post has been banned because you violate our terms of service. No, we're not going to tell you what. No, we're not going to actually let you back on. No, we're not going to debate this. Fuck you. Goodbye. Do you know how many fucking people, how many emails? Like millions of these. Oh, here are the posts that got him in trouble. You ready? TF for transfem for transfem, transfem for male. Force femmed by a devilish librarian femdom. Forced feminization. I mean, that's clearly rape. What is forced feminization besides being raped until gay? TF for TF, one way or another, I'm sucking your girl dick, magical girl, TF dom, oral handjob, slurp? Ew. Light dom mind break from March. Please update your Patreon according to these guidelines and reply to our email. Dude, imagine this being your job. I bet you Elwood hates his fucking life, which is a good thing. Please consider supporting me on Subscribestar. Oh, I have to see the numbers. Subscribestar, AC Valens. Let's see that fucking fat number, chat. I gotta see it. He still has a link to his Patreon on. A Subscribestar has like a separate website for like porn. I just want to see AC Valens, bro. Here we go. Okay. Ew. Ew. Ah, I found it. I can't show this because this is like a gross site, but ew. $538 a month. Let's see. I'm gonna go to Zillow real quick. Okay. I'm gonna go to Zillow. I'm gonna go to rent. I'm gonna say, let's see. I'm looking in the U.S. I'm looking for $500 max rent. Nothing in Hempstead, New York, which is where I was looking for Francis Edek's lot. Wait. Where does Valens live? So what state we're looking at here? Brooklyn, New York. Oh, let's look around Brooklyn, chat. See if we can find something for $500 a month. All right. Oh, I found something. It's in. Wait, is this not New York? Is that New Jersey? It's called Newark. Newark is in New Jersey, right? I mean, that's kind of close to New York City, right? Elizabeth, New Jersey, $350. That's pretty fucking good. Oh, wait. Rare find, no brokerage fees. This has to be $3,500 a month or something. Yeah, I don't think you're getting marble countertops for $350. The 4 bedroom. Yeah, this is definitely missing a zero. You got to fire that fucking agent. Up. Okay, well, if we go up to New Haven or Clinton, what is this? Clinton, Connecticut? It is $200 a month. Retail space. Well, you could live in a laundromat, I suppose. Let's look at. What if we go down to, what's that? Philadelphia. Okay. 29 units for sale for $500 a month. Oh, all the ones for 500 are, wait, no. Doesn't have any pictures. I assume that's a mistake. This one's $100 a month. That doesn't sound right. Oh, it's a garage. It's a garage. It's a garage. Office suites, garages. Sorry, Anna. Sorry. What's this in Maryland? It's a pier. It's a pier for. Wait, no. Wait, I found it. You got to live in Washington, D.C. But I think I found it, bro. $300 a month. Newly renovated 2 to 3 bedrooms, immediate move-in, vouchers accepted. Laundry facility on site, free parking. And you can, if you have ACH, you got it. Dude, this is it. Here you go. I'm helping, chat. I'm helping. You gotta move from Brooklyn to DC. You gotta live near Donald Trump, but you gotta manage, okay? Shit's tight. Shit's tight when you are a persecuted mommy femdom TF for TF rapist. Shit's tight, okay? You gotta be a catch. You're living in DC. I'm sure that your neighbors are wonderful. I hope you like bass. It's a good thing you can't sleep because you're gonna be listening to fucking bass all night. Why do women rape? I don't know. Must be the high test women or something. All right, next. Philosophy Tube. Philosophy Tube. Philosophy Tube. Something. Let's just read this post. I think it's because in regards to... I think it's because it's not a hot topic issue for his audience. Do conservatives really care about birth rates? Yes. But they don't watch Philosophy Tube videos. Does the left wing care massively about birth rates? Well, they care if the people can't afford to have kids. That's not true. Which this video does, only if they're brown. If you're white and you have too many kids and you can't afford them, it's your fault. You should have gotten an abortion. A big thrust of this video is basically an aging, contracting population is not a bad thing, but it's not something particularly resonant with his target audience. So he only got 300,000 views. Chube is pregnant. Okay, the Chube is prego. Oh, that's why this is the thing, because he's pretending to be pregnant now. Okay, I got you. Your camera's out of focus. Most cameras these days will autofocus. You got to press the button on your camera to focus your fucking camera. You spend how much fucking money on this fucking camera, and you make how much fucking money doing videos, and you can't focus your fucking camera?
Okay.
Tell me about the voice.
I'm gonna go and have to check this with the doctor, obviously, but apparently I'm pregnant.
I'm pressing X to doubt. I think you're just a weirdo training with a fetish, to be quite honest with you, sir. Let me preload this other video, too. Why is it so fucking slow?
So we are gonna need a part two.
God, he really fucks himself. He just thinks he's so sexy. I'm the sexiest tranny that's ever lived. Look at my sexy fishtail. I'm just a sexy tranny. Everyone, all the turfs on Turf Island that don't want to share a bathroom with my sexy tranny body are just jealous of how sexy I am as a tranny.
Apparently, I'm
I think you're being spared, but the Kiwi Farms is desperately trying to help you, chat, and not show you this fucking video.
pregnant. Despite lacking some of the equipment you'd
If a guy pees on a test strip, what happens? I'm gonna Google this. Grok, what happens if a guy pees on a pregnancy test? Tell me, Grok. The result will almost always be negative. 99.9% of the time, they will not appear. Very rare exceptions where a man can get a positive result. He has certain types of testicular cancer, choriocarcinoma or seminoma, that produce the human chorionic gonadotropin. Or if you're taking HCG injections, some bodybuilders or people on certain fertility steroid regimens use it. And extremely rare pituitary disorders and other tumors that secrete HCG. Okay, so he has cancer of the
think would be
balls.
necessary. I confess, I'm not entirely sure how this happened. Okay, I do have some idea. But now I have to make a decision. In today's world, with all the problems that we have, is it ethical to have a child?
Dude, I remember I did a thing years ago when the tranny stuff was still like going strong and getting worse. And I remember I did a segment about how trannies were going to eventually create cybernetic wombs that had like a built-in blender so they could have abortions. And that's like the ultimate tranny fetish, is like aborting a baby. That's like, to them, the peak of being a woman is to abort a child. And this is him just simply living out that fantasy in a video. Okay, let's listen to this thing.
One of the things that I took from the final scene is that the future does not always look how you thought it would. But if you stick around,
it's much uglier than I
and
imagined.
find people that you trust, then you can still get to have one. Hi. I'm pregnant.
No, we just
You
saw
haven't done anything wrong, and you don't have to do anything. I'm not going to keep it. I've decided. But I just thought it would be polite to let you know.
No way! You're getting an abortion? I'm literally jealous.
You don't sound shocked.
Wait, you think
I called it. I fully, totally fucking called that.
mine? Girl, you've never had sex. Also, I can't talk. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Is Morgana there?
Hello. What's up, Abby?
Morgana, I'm pregnant and I think it's yours.
Are you literally just calling everyone we know? We have never had sex either.
I thought we did.
No, that wasn't real. That was a deleted scene in Dracula's ex-girlfriend.
Hey, sorry, I don't know if this is a bad time to mention this, but when we were on set...
Is this him just saying, like, I'm a famous actor now, so I'm going to call up all these other people that have been in the shitty-ass fucking Netflix movies I've been taking part of, and I'm, like, flexing? Is that what he's doing?
I definitely impregnated somebody.
Brandon, are you the father of my child?
Look, I don't know who or which hole or what gender that hole was, but I definitely blasted a lot of me in there, and there is no way in hell that thing's not popping out a baby in 9 months.
Nebula made us cut the sex scene because it doubled the runtime of the movie. Did it have to be 30 minutes long?
So, Morgana, that wasn't real sex?
Abigail, do you know what sex is?
We haven't done enough to oppress them. We haven't done enough to make them feel humiliated. Anna Valens is not living in a deep enough pit of despair. We have to continue to oppress and to malign and destroy everything that they've done forever and ever. Okay. That's my takeaway from this. Because this is what they do. If they get any modicum of success, this is how they live it. They dream about abortions. Okay, and they put it out on the internet and make you listen to it. Okay, speaking of VTuber troons, we have Rev says Desu? Question mark. Does he say Desu or Desu or does he say Des? Someone answer this in chat who's a retard, please. I want this explained so I can get it wrong on purpose moving forward. Day-Su? He says Day-Su? I am making you listen to it. Okay, listen. Okay, all right. So here's the thing, okay? This article went out and it shook people to their very core. This is how you know things are really going downhill and censorship is ramping up under President Trump. In Norway, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, an organization that the Kiwi Farms will be working with here very shortly, apparently, flagged to Norwegian police, so in a foreign country, that a specific Norwegian YouTuber, or not YouTuber, but just regular private citizen, was playing a game. And the game is called... Wait, I want the name of the... I'm not going to make you listen to this fucking freak. Dare no Tono Saikatsu? Dare Tono Saikatsu? Okay, so the literal translation of Dore Tono Saikatsu is life with a slave, teaching feeling. Okay, so this is a visual novel about living with a slave. This is the official description. I became the guardian of a slave girl that had been abused by her last owner. At first, things were weird. She was naturally distrusting, but through communication, we became friendly. A bond formed and we went out together. I bought her clothes and she wore them. As time passed, I began to fall in love with her and she with me. This game is about becoming intimate with a slave girl. So here are the taglines: emotionless heroine, romance, slavery, drastic character development, changeable clothes, single heroine, male protagonist, virgin heroine. He bought a secondhand slave girl and she's a virgin somehow. My fucking immersion in this story is completely ruined. Glasses options, medical doctor protagonist. So we have like a Dr. Mengele here. Interactive touching game, low-lie heroine, only low-lie heroines. Raising simulation. So she's not only your bang maid fuck girl, she's also a girl you get to raise. That's cool. So there's like preview images of this. She is constantly covered in blood and has like traumatic 1,000-yard stare. Oh, that's not blood. She has like horrific burns. Okay, I can show you this. Let's see this. Let's see what we're talking about here. Okay, this is your low-lie slave girl. You got the 1,000-yard stare going on and seems to have horrific burns across her body. And your job is to, number one, help her make drastic character development. Number two, fuck her. Okay, and that's what this guy was playing in the privacy of his own home in Norway. Okay, so when the police showed up and arrested this man who was just minding his own business, the weeaboos got up in arms. NCMEC, the Child Abuse Prevention Database and Helpline Center, for literally just called missingkids.org, is spying on all of us and sending us to the gulags for enjoying innocent slave low-lie ADVs, chat. Problem with this. He was flagged by NCMEC, but he was not flagged by NCMEC because he was playing this game. The reports that said that he was playing this game, and that's what triggered it, were false. And Rev says Day-Su just ran with this, as did all the other fucking weeaboo retards. He was flagged by NCMEC because they have an AI program that can scan images and come up with a determination of how likely it is to be child pornography. And they had made the determination that he was likely trading in child pornography over the internet, which is how he got flagged in the first place. So when the police searched his computer, they found child pornography. Now you might be thinking, oh man, so he did have child pornography, but this is a real issue with unlawful search. If he's playing a game that's legal and that somehow gets flagged by NCMEC, then that means that they can find you, search your computer without actually having any knowledge that you might have something on it. You might be a good enough arguer to become a Jewish attorney. But that's not what actually happened. He was actually trading child pornography. NCMEC identified that he was trading in child pornography. When the police searched his computer, they found that he had child pornography. And when they ran his computer against the NCMEC database, it identified this game as well because he had taken screenshots of the pornographic events in it. And the computer had made the determination that that looked like a child, and it looked like a child in sexual activity. So that's why it was flagged. NCMEC actually corrected this and trained its database not to identify this game as child pornography, but it did end up in a Norwegian police report. They found the images and that they were suspicious given the circumstances being child pornography. So all those people who are still pestering me about how I say the low lies and the pedophiles are in the same bucket in the Venn diagram, another score from me, I suppose. But of course, this is a censorship issue because I can't imagine having the fucking audacity to like make an entire video talking. How long does he talk about this? Putting up a big arrow that says this is insane. Yeah, it is insane that, and it really is. Hey, it's 2 minutes long. Let's listen to Rev Says Daisu. They arrested him for playing a visual novel.
Yo, what's good, everyone?
What was the name of this? When you're a dude that does like a Japanese, like a VTuber girl. Name for guys that do female VTubers. It's like a Bokunoko Doko chan or something. Trap tuber. That's not what I'm thinking of. It has its own word for it. Low testosterone junior. Can we not? Boku. It's not. No. It's It has a name. It's like I don't know.
Back on the alt Chanel. That's 3 videos on the alt channel in a week.
Bobby
we are
Nuku.
so
That's right.
back. It's good to be back. I like talking about stuff on the alt channel that maybe doesn't make its way to the main channel because we're busy talking about
Nobody
other things.
cares. Talk about
and
the shit.
stomped on. So you can see the headline here. A Norwegian man was arrested for playing the visual novel.
This guy, hang him. This fucking guy, I can't even fucking believe. How many views did this get? How much money did he make for putting out this slop? I'm not even talking about what he's talking about. I'm talking about the 45,000 fucking views on this fucking slop. Listen here. This guy opened up Twitter, found a post by Pirate Nation, the most cheated out, fake fucking news thing that just shows up over and over and over again on the timeline. This guy sucks. And he followed me at some point, but he fucking sucks. He never once, ever, for any reason, ever, as far as I've ever fucking seen, put a citation for anything ever. This guy, I rate him 0 out of 10 in terms of ever being someone you should ever fucking trust. Like even the America First Nick Fuentes Dick Sucker news account, like at least they're not usually completely wrong, even though they don't cite any fucking sources ever. Like I'll give them like a 2 out of 10. If I see something they post, I think, oh, that might be worth looking into. If this guy posts something, it's just fake. It's fake, and he just does it because he wants the fucking money. And this retard cunt sees this guy's tweet and is like, that's it. That's a 2.5 minute long video on YouTube for 45,000 people to watch. And is he ever? Oh, he found the article. He did find the article.
To know Sakatsu and faces 3 years in prison for a video game. Now you might be saying, Rev, you pronounced that incorrectly. Well, guess what? I'm not Japanese. Please be patient with me. I'm not Japanese. I'm not going to get these titles correct every single time. But
nobody cares.
This dude played this visual novel, and because the character is underage, apparently, this guy in Norway, he's going to prison, possibly. He's facing 3 years in the slammer for playing a visual novel. Of course, people will be like, oh, well, he's a weirdo for playing this game, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, if you want to call someone a weirdo for playing a game like this, okay, fine. But if you want someone and support someone going to prison for possibly 3 years for playing a video game with dark themes involving fictional characters, you're insane. Nobody should support this. This type of a law that is being used to punish this guy potentially for 3 years.
It's a porn game, bro. It's not like it just has story. I cannot find this fucking article. What website is he on? What website is this? Posted by Haas? I need to find this article. Arrested for playing... I cannot find this article.
It would criminalize you for watching anime like Dragon Ball, okay? So anyone supporting this out of a spout of puritanism or censorship, ridiculous. Like, I don't know, we got here, guys. Everyone said this slippery slope might slip, but no, we're here. And people are potentially going to prison for multiple years for playing visual novels.
No, they're going to jail for having child porn. He had pictures of kids getting raped on his computer, bro. If only you had known. If only you had done any research whatsoever. What is going on with my computer? It's like melting or some shit. Why the fuck is my keyboard breaking? Okay, hold up. I'm gonna find this fucking article. Maybe they did delete it out of shame. What? There is like a serious issue. I'm gonna re-plug in my keyboard. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. Can I click? No, I can't.
For possibly 3 years for playing.
I have to like double click everything. There's like oh my God. My computer is just like imploding now for some reason. Norwegian man arrested for playing. Is it Dextero? I can't even open anything. And then there's Reddit. Okay, explain this to me. There is something going on with my keyboard where I have to double click everything. I don't know if there's like a key that's like... I'm fucking around with the virtual keyboard now to try and figure out if there's something I can do to fix this. Because I don't know. Okay. Grok, please, please. If only I was a talented H-1B visa recipient, I could have figured this out. I am on Windows! I'm on Windows, and the only thing I use Windows for is for fucking streaming, okay? And it still doesn't work. Okay, I cannot even find the source. So he like looked at the cover of this and was like, what the fuck? I gotta let people know. That's so fucking cringe. How does, like, weebs will just eat anything up. They will just let people shit directly into their open fucking mouth. Don't even bother reading the fucking source, because you know what? I'm gonna believe whatever you say and get mad about it and cry about it on fucking Twitter because I'm retarded and I'm a fucking weeaboo. There's more details to this from this guy, Gibbs. So here's the, other things. Wait, where is this the... Who's charged among... So the guy that wrote this article flat out fucking lied. Because he said the man is charged, among other things, with having played the game. The investigator, Eric Hagen, says the game is vulgar Tamagotchi. Yeah, you have to feed and rape your slave girl or she dies of neglect. Charged with possessing and sharing illegal images and videos. As in so many cases, the police got... Wait, is this guy anti-Nick-Mech? Is this guy like, we got to put an end to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children? Every year, CryPost forwards about 300 tips from the organization to the Sorvest Police District. The police raided the 24-year-old in November last year, and on his PC, they found illegal content in the form of images and videos. The prosecution believes they can present evidence that the young man has also shared such files with others. When the investigators looked closely, they found the game. And then they use the photo DNA to find the images. So in response to this, by the way, they removed 59 exceptions identified by Concentrix from NCMEC CSAM hash list because it was cartoon pornography and not actual child pornography. Okay. That's what's happening over in Norway. It's too hot here. Let me take off my... Sorry, I'm working myself up into a sweat, chat. Okay. Speaking of sweating, our boy Chunky Greer. There he is. He posted this to him. For some reason, Russell Greer is like mortified of being called weak or like a pipsqueak. He chimps out and has like a proper fucking retard tantrum if you call him a pipsqueak. So he, for some reason, is obsessed with like working out, and he looks so greasy. Every single picture I see of Russell Greer is just the greasiest fucking people. The greasiest fucking thing I've ever seen. It's disgusting. I just thought I'd share this with you. This guy thinks that he's a hunky boy. I should take a shower. Maybe that would help. He also wears a mask still to cover up his face. I know I'm still on YouTube. I just can't shut it off. I'm gonna have to truncate it. Asmongold took a swing at Darkside Phil. I don't want to play the entire Asmongold clip though. Is this the short version? Yes, it is. So instead of the 17-minute version, I'll play you the 2-minute version, which is just as entertaining. I skipped over this because I didn't really have an interest in talking about Darkside Phil, but apparently Darkside Phil had like a proper meltdown and just started yelling at his fans like to donate more, and was just like properly saying like, you guys have to fucking pay me. I'm streaming. You have to start fucking paying me. And it caught a lot of attention, and it caught the attention of Asmongold. So this is like a short compilation of this.
The narrative, the hilarious narrative, is that DSP is a broke bum and begs all day. If you have an issue with me, come talk to me about it in person like a man. Publicly, I'm saying it to you right now. You're a bitch.
So he wasn't happy about the video, I guess. How many views did this video get? 900,000 views in one day.
Unless we get 50 subs by the end of tonight, don't ever ask anything of me ever again. Just sits here whining, bitching, complaining about things, wanting more, and doesn't support. So you get nothing.
Oh my, wait, this is a second video.
Phil was really mean to his audience. He said that they gave him no support and he was going to give them nothing from now on, which isn't what happened. What happened was I was talking specifically to the Kick viewers. There had been a big, sharp decline in support. It seemed to be directly...
So the out-of-context clip was making people think that you were begging for money, but the in-context clip is that you were only begging people on Kick for money? No, now I understand.
Oh, I hate that Phil asks for money. Then you shouldn't have fucked with my livelihood. I never had to until people did. You made the monster. You're Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, shit.
Now you gotta live with the monster you created, bitches. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad, because you don't have a time machine to go back in time and change what you already did.
Apparently, is now Cope fake tipping himself.
Let's see here. Wow, I just received an
Wait,
anonymous...
so he's inventing donations?
$20 tip.
What?
Because everyone that Asmongold talks about, positive or negative, gets a big boost, and people come to their content. No, I don't get that. Instead, all it was negative comments and downvotes on the on-demand videos.
Why did you do this? Why would I do that to him? I don't know why.
Publicly, I'm saying it to you right now. You're a bitch. Tell me that I'm a fucking beggar and I'm a scammer. Prove it. Unless we get 50 subs, you got an hour left. Get to it. Or shut the fuck up forever. We're not going to listen to your bitching anymore. A lot of whiny people, demanding people who don't reciprocate.
Dude, he's like furious with the state of his existence now. It's like, he's just like, he can't even contain it. He can't even hide his contempt for his audience anymore, and just has to yell at them. Like, where the fuck's my money, bitch? You said I'd have my fucking 50 subs last week. Where's my fucking 50 subs at? You want me to take away the vest, don't you? You want me to take away the vest? You want me to take away the vest? I'll take away the vest if you don't give me that 50 subs. I'm just angry. I don't know. I don't have much to say, but apparently it was big news that Asmongold covered it. Asmongold's afraid of me. He hinted that perhaps we would talk, but I don't know. I'm too spicy. I'm too much of a problem child. A little bit too dangerous. How fucking long is he gonna mow his fucking yard? I swear to fuck. Have you guys been hearing it? Is it on the mic? It's been going on the entire fucking stream. There's a fucking trailer park. There's no fucking yard. Oh my god. It's been 2 fucking hours. It's too. I can't. The lots in this place are like a couple square feet. How the fuck do you mow that much? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. To recombobulate myself. Give me a second, chat. Patrick Tomlinson. I can hear it. It's true. I can hear it driving me fucking crazy. It's been going on for 2 fucking hours. I can't put on music or anything. I have to listen to it. No, I did. I traded in the kebab shop for this. So Patrick S. Tomlinson has been showing that he's getting into knife fights. Wait, where's the actual original knife fight tweets at? Let's see. I don't want to see her naked. Did I talk about how he got into knife fights? Where are the fucking knife fight tweets at? Oh my god. Alright, I'll just read some random messages. Obama 2028. Trump runs, Obama runs. If Trump runs in 2028, we will already not be a democracy any longer, and there will be no election for Obama to run in. Please understand where we already are and what we are facing. Mostly joking, I don't really think the old fuck will still be Earthside in 3 years, one hopes anyways. Pat is a fat idiot, and you are too, Kim. And then he says, MAGA snowflakes are triggered. And they post a picture of Patrick with, I guess, his wife saying, I won't, thanks. And then they start making fun of him, thinking that that's him. Patrick replies. Patrick clarifies when War Pony Kim says, damn, Sally, who you calling fat? And then Patrick says, that is a stolen picture of myself and my wife. This account is ran by a clinically obsessed criminal cyber stalker facing multiple felony charges for crimes against my family. War Pony Kim says, I'm sorry, you have to deal with shit like this. Actual fluff guy at Patty2Fatty says, he's lying. He posted that picture on a public platform and nobody is facing felony charges. He's tried and failed with multiple lawsuits because it's simply people making fun of him. His behavior warrants being laughed at. I implore you to open your eyes. Punish Paston says, she's clearly a very stupid and idpole-brained like Rick. As soon as she realized there wasn't a guy in the pic I posted, she called fat, and they're on the same side. She said sorry to him for having to deal with stuff like this, very low IQ. True. However, notice she never backtracked from calling him fat. Turns out everyone thinks Patrick is fat. Mama's little fatty. Heart emojis. Actual fluff guy says, true. Oh, wait, in reply to this, Patrick says, she was not speaking to or about me, stalker. She was speaking to and about you. This is why your life is already over. Enjoy prison. Where is the knife fight ones? I want to read that in the Patrick voice. I might have talked about that before, like a while ago. I don't know. Maybe I'll just squint really, really hard. Give me a second. I don't know if I can. What if I try to search that? Hold up. The fat idiot is indeed a pathological liar. Aha. Okay. I'm so good at computers, chat. I'm sure you already noticed, but. So Wu-Tang is for children says, ICE don't call us Nazis, and there's a guy pointing a gun at people. Vinny says, don't attack federal agents. It's simple. Obama put children in cages. We don't want to hear about it. Patrick says, how do you know they're federal agents, child? Mask, no badge, no ID, no warrant, and copycats across the country are mimicking them to beat, rob, and rape innocent people. Vinny says, the real question is, why do you support illegals? Laughing, crying. Scott from Modesto says, Stealthy Gink is currently suing the Milwaukee police for doing their job. Law enforcement impersonators frustrate him because he can't file nuisance lawsuits against them, and they would likely beat him senseless rather than tolerate his hysterical screams when engaging with him. Vinny says, what people seem to forget, if Joe Biden didn't flood our country with illegals, we wouldn't be having these issues, LOL. Patrick says, Joe Biden deported more undocumented immigrants in his term than Trump did in his first. The first 10 months of Biden's terms also saw more deportations than Trump has managed in 2025. You are a fucking idiot. Patrick, you don't got to make me hurt like this, brother. Then he starts arguing with this guy back and forth for an hour. I want more fatty posting. Vinny says, all you do is lie. Petra says, didn't lie about a thing, child. Everything I stated is an objective fact. And then Nice Piece says, the fat idiot is indeed a pathological liar. And these are his, okay. In reality, my father spent 6 years in the PBR riding the bull and bronco professionally. He was riding the bull and bronco, chat. Professionally. And like most riders, he volunteered as a clown when he to protect other riders. My mother was a horse trainer. Patrick Tomlinson's father was a rodeo clown. I forgot about that. His father rode bulls and was a rodeo clown. My father was a bronco and bull rider at the PBR, child. He doesn't live in Milwaukee. Because my dad, an NAR trainer, PBR rodeo rider, OTR trucker, literally converted my brother and I's childhood bedroom into a fucking arsenal, was a 2X Obama voter, union man, and an OG Star Trek fan. Saw me sneaking out to watch this amazing show and pretend to sleep. For anyone keeping score at home, my father was a bull and bronco rider in the PBR for 6 seasons, a snowmobile racer, a ski jumper, and finally retired as a master electrician at 66 because they kept making him climb 300-foot wind towers to install the young men lift for the young guys. And then he says, the PBR formed years after my father retired from rodeo, stalker, and joy prison. Whoops. I never lie, stalker. I don't need to, unlike you. Okay. And then this is him hiding a knife in his ass crack. I assume that this is him. I'm forced to assume this is a literal picture of him. He says, been in several, including 2 knife fights, has yet to turn the other way. The guy has yet to turn out the way the other guy hoped. What you believe has no impact on reality. Your opinion is impotent. I never defended rape, stalker. That also never happened. I'm trained and practice in knife fighting, stalker. That's a fact about me. I never denied my brother was an honors student. I've refuted your insane delusions that he was a varsity athlete when he just wasn't. I didn't physically threaten you, sweetie. I shared several facts. I am trained in knife fighting. I am an experienced fighter, and I am proficient with a variety of firearms. If you mistook these facts as a threat, it's because you're scared. The part where I work out 4 times a week and have extensive training and experience with hand-to-hand combat, knife fighting, and firearms proficiency, little one. Okay. I read that. And then, in reply to this, he says, no one would carry an open knife like that. No sheath. He took the photo and put the knife back in the kitchen. I used to carry a butterfly knife when I was young, and knuckles, I never used the knife. I actually still have my knuckles. He would get into the craziest fights. And the Nice Piece says, we all know he's never been in a fight, which is why he lies about having been in multiple bar fights. He's the king of the keyboard warriors, just a complete phony asshole. And then he says, I'm drunk with anger management issues. Wait, no, this is Patrick S. Tomlinson 1 saying this. I'm a drunk with anger management issues who has been in multiple bar fights and has never presided over a live criminal trial. The only difference between me and Kavanaugh is I haven't been credibly accused of sexual assault by 5 different women. Nominate me for SCOTUS. I don't think that was actually him. Maybe it was? Is that Patrick's real post? Oh, is he literally bragging about being a drunk with anger management issues? Is that literally him? That might be him, chat. I can believe he posted that now that I think about that. Because the A-logs wouldn't include that second paragraph. He thinks that's tough guy stuff. There's only two ways to beat fascism: with ballots if you're early enough, with bullets if you're not. Vote. And then you should have aimed for the head. I think that's in regards to Trump being shot, and he's showing off his weapons and cats and knives. Fascinating. Thank you, Patrick Tomlinson. Okay, so this is out of my zone, chat, but I'm going to play you this because it's funny. So as we know, Grace Thorp is a whore. She was raped by her father and now lives full-time with her father as like a live-in daughter bride. It's one of the most grotesque situations imaginable. She is so mind-broken by the horrific reality of her continued existence that she just tolerates this and has breakdowns on camera because she's mentally ill. She has A-logs in real life, and this one called Ruby Spacek, I found her in real life. Now, it's not entirely clear to me what's happening in this, or why, or what's going on. So I'll just let it play, and then I'll give you what I heard, okay? And actually, I don't know if I had the foresight to download this. I might have had. What is this video? Why does my right mouse button not fucking work? 195 is the video ID. I did not download this because I'm fucking retarded. It's 42 megs, and it's just not going at all. Wait, it is. It's like buffered. Why is it when I download it? It like breaks. It's almost done, chat. Hold up. There we go. Okay.
Oh, get a reservation.
This is where the rooster went.
Okay.
Okay. Remind me of this, okay? There's a guy there. I don't know if I can get a good shot of him standing still. This guy is like a Thorp simp, and even though he knows that she fucks her own father and voluntarily lives with him, he's like her beta simp orbiter, like in the most literal manosphere way possible. And he takes this literal father fucker out on dinner dates. I don't know if it's this guy. I just remember that PPP was talking to him. Why is this called Thorp Tube? Because I think that... Are they stalking? I have no idea what the fuck's happening to this. I'm just going to shut the fuck up at this point.
Oh, get a reservation.
This is where the rooster went.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. Look, there she is.
Oh my god. That's her mom.
That's her mom.
They're watching this.
The rooster walks down with its enabler.
Oh, they're coming in.
Oh.
Wait,
Okay, well, let's...
so Thorp and her orbiter are the ones following Ruby, and Ruby is coming in. Is that what's happening here? Okay. Yes, it is.
Hey, Ruby.
I mean, why are they at this restaurant? Why is Grace Thorp and Lalo at this restaurant, and why have they identified this Ruby Spacek guy? Is Lalo the guy that was on Kino Casino and talked to PPP, and they tried to say stop simping for her, and then he was like, no, I'm going to keep simping for her? Is that what's happening here?
Hi. How are you guys doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
We just wanted to check it out. Looked like a nice place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Don't come near me. Whoa! Aaron,
Stop.
fucking with me, you
Hey,
stupid
stop grabbing her.
Aaron,
Stop.
Aaron,
Hey,
get off of her. Get
Oh
off
my
me.
god.
Oh, you're not so tough
Hey,
now.
stop,
Get off
stop.
of me.
Stop grabbing her. Hey, stop.
You're... Get off! Let go of me! Let go of me!
I love the chat. This Timu Black Easy guy is probably the most degenerate fucking freak on the planet, and he's been watching Grace Thorp as one of only a few people on the entire planet to voluntarily watch Grace Thorp live stream. And finally, Finally, after hundreds of hours of patronage, Temu Black Easy is finally getting what he wanted.
Walk away. Walk away.
I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. Get over. No. Oh! Get off of him! Get off of him! Get off of him! Get off of him! That's what you get! Get off! Go away, run! Call the cops! Call the cops! Call the cops! This woman just attacked me on video. She's in that restaurant atelier. She grabbed me. She grabbed my friend. She hit us. Red hair, please.
Boobstein in the chat said reported for violence. So he flagged this stream. He's like, suffer grace.
Please. She held me like crazy. Please. I have it on camera. Oh my God. Her. There. Right there. She's gonna come back, please.
Yeah, Roger. I'm outside with the victim.
She's coming. She's going to attack us again. I'm getting in the car.
That guy does not seem to care. Is that a cop? She's out of breath. She ran like 3 feet.
Pull up the video.
Winded.
Pull up the video.
She's acting. I see. Okay. So let's break this white trash fight down. So as I eloquently said at the beginning of the segment, Grace Thorp and her beta simp orbiter who is willing to share with Daddy, named Lalo, are at this restaurant. And somehow they know that Ruby is going to be here, which I don't know how that happened. I don't know if that's pure coincidence or if they knew that they were coming here and headed them off or what. Very unwisely, she decides to just attack what's her face on camera. Basically, I mean, not unprovoked, but like in a direct sense unprovoked. Very flattering pictures here of what's her face. So this would also be a great time for the beta simp orderer Lalo to like do something. And he doesn't seem to be able to handle a young woman by himself, which is very unimpressive. Unfortunately, he's going to have to get sloppy seconds after Dad tonight because she's not impressed at all. And the white trash cycle of IP2 continues. Thank you, degenerates, for having white trash brawls for our amusement. Next. I don't know what this is. I heard it was funny. I hope that it will actually load. Okay, it did load.
How do you want to...
This guy looks Down syndrome, I'm just going to say.
How do you want to...
Only reason I'm still alive is because of my mom. That's the only reason. I probably would have fucking done it by now, dude. My mom. I love her so much. I would never want to put her through that. Oh, God, I hit the laugh button. Fuck. I didn't mean it.
Because you're not going to come over to this, like, you can't, after all that...
Why is his name Burger Planet? What does he do? I have to know more now. Burger Planet. He's on YouTube. He streams to basically nobody. Kick News 165. 5.5 hour long streams to 300 people. What the fuck? Watch live on Kick. His last stream was 8 hours long, but somehow he's not streaming today. I guess he takes every other day off. He gets more views on Kick at least. What does he do? He just talks about like Kick? He goes out to... Why is he talking to like OnlyFans whores on the streets?
5-star hotel for free.
I'm only staying tonight, so I don't need that. How am I gonna do that? But
Okay, fine. If you quit balloons and you quit smoking, I will give you $500. And you have to quit for the next 6 months.
that's more money than I made in my whole life. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Yeah, like take my word for it.
What the fuck is
So
this?
doing pretty good on OnlyFans, huh? God damn.
No.
Okay, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He did. I'm gonna watch this video again. This is funny.
How do you want
Only reason I'm still alive is because of my mom. That's the only reason. I probably would have fucking done it by now, dude. My mom, I love her so much. I would never want to put her through that. Oh god, I hit the left button. I didn't hit the left button.
Because they're not going to come over to this, like, you can't, after all that.
So this guy just cries on live stream about how he wants to die. That's not very good. That's not good content. I wouldn't watch that. I already have enough issues in my life between the gay pedophiles spamming the site and Donald Trump not deporting every brown person on the entire planet. I can't sit here and watch this guy feel bad for himself. Okay. Everyone else is suffering too, you know. All right. Next in the internet famous category. All right. Let me think. How do I do this? Okay. Metokur has a health update. He says, well, I might have finally got some news as far as knowing what I'm dealing with, as some of the specialists are finally coming to a consensus. Relapsing polychondritis. Now, I see if oncology wants to just do rituximab infusions or R-CHOP for the autoimmune and the cancer. And then he says, what's the prognosis? And apparently pretty good if you can control it and don't show certain blood disorders or respiratory issues. So I guess they're still checking him for cancer, but the diagnosis is cementing as an autoimmune disease. Very specifically, apparently, relapsing polychondritis is an autoimmune disease that targets the cartilage in your body. Many years ago, I said something that got a lot of people really angry at me, as anything you say about Jim usually does. I asked, if he thinks he has cancer, why does he not quit smoking? And everyone told me he's a dead man. He is dying. He is going to die. So therefore, quitting smoking doesn't matter. The man might as well enjoy his anime and his cigarettes. Now the prognosis is you're going to live. So now you have to live with the consequences of being a pack a day or more smoker for the last however many fucking years, 5 fucking years. And I can't help but feel that smoking probably exacerbates the symptoms of an autoimmune disease. It causes inflammation. It causes issues with connective tissue. It causes issues with everything that smoking itself debilitates. So who knows? Maybe if he had quit smoking, he would have spent less time being sick, less often, and with more faster recovery. So probably should have quit smoking. Probably would have been better. Probably would have ruled out a lot of things as well. I mean, if you imagine this, right? Imagine you're a doctor. You work at the most prestigious university in the entire country, and you're a diagnostician, right? And you have little Jimmy. Little Jimmy's got some fucked up shit going on. You're not quite sure what it is. You got little Timmy. He's also dying. You don't know what it is. You have this guy. He's dying. He has a wife and kids, and you feel bad for him. And then you have this guy. He has a wife, and he smokes still. And it's like, okay, I'm doing diagnostic work. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Who do you prioritize? Like just from a practical perspective, why would you invest most of your time in somebody who's not taking their health seriously? To what end? For what purpose? I'm going to go treat the people that have the most to lose, that have the cleanest slate, that are looking out for themselves. And it's like, if you're really trying to diagnose this issue and live a long, happy life, why can't you put in the bare fucking minimum? And now, who knows what would have cleared up diagnostically, by the way, in terms of symptoms? Like, is this a symptom of chronic smoking, or is this a symptom of a disease? You can't tell. There's no way to trace. There's not like a stat trace when it comes to medical issues like there's with programming. Like, oh, this is originating from the smoking issue. Oh, this is originating from the issue itself. So, yeah, the same does go for obesity. If you're a diagnostician and you're trying to diagnose something, are you going to treat the guy that is healthy, or are you going to look into the guy who's 400 pounds first? So you're going to look for the guy who's mostly healthy but has a bizarre symptom, because you can rule out more. And they take their health seriously. It's just how it is. So, I don't know. Are people actually angry at me for that take? Me, the doctor, Joshua, the doctor. Is this something that requires a medical degree? Do you have to have a medical degree to say that smoking is bad? That smoking complicates and compounds symptoms from autoimmune diseases? Pretty sure you don't have to be. Anyways. So good luck, Jim. Maybe quit smoking. I'm sure they'll tell. I mean, I'm sure they told him already. It's like, yeah, you got this fucked up shit happening. Smoking doesn't help it, almost certainly. Such is life. Jim won, Josh lost. A tale as old as time. Hasan. Hasan went to China. He posted this picture of himself saying, "I'm in Beijing." And then he posted this Instagram thing saying, "The People's Republic." Here he is dressed like a fucking clown. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. It's like some old Chinese thing, right? And he's holding the PRC flag. This is Tiananmen Square. He's checking out the glorious museum of the People's Republic in Tiananmen. And then a little incident happened. So here he is recording. And then he holds up this meme that somebody sent, which is Mao Zedong in front of Tiananmen Square.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody, if you don't know, this is one of the most toured places in China. A lot of people go to see Tiananmen Square. And so there's a lot of, how do I say this? China is very particular about its image. It doesn't like being disrespected, and it especially doesn't like shameful things happening inside of its own country. There was an incident where I remember a live streamer who was very, very famous in China sang the national anthem, but sang it in like a goofy, silly way. The police literally stormed her house, busted down her door, took her into custody. And the next video that anyone heard from her was her crying and saying about how deeply apologetic she is that she disrespected the People's Republic. So Hasan Piker is in one of the most scrutinized areas by China's police state because it's effectively the throne of the government, and they don't want people to be retarded and they don't want Pickle Rick showing up at the Holocaust Museum in Auschwitz. That's basically what they're trying to prevent. So Hasan Piker shows up, they're live streaming, so they're already on like high alert. Like they're being watched because they're live streaming, like no doubt. And then they pull out this picture of Mao Zedong. And let's see what the consequences of this action are.
Yeah. 这是什么呀？他录个视频。你是个导游？没有。哦，这是什么？导游。OK。这是导游啊。还得过来，稍等一下。是啊，你是导游。看我们他那个，看我们他那刚直播那什么东西。让他拿出来，给我看。OK， 要看直播的东西是吗？对。我看一眼刚你那 photo。So he wants to see the photo. Oh, I didn't take a photo. 就是刚才他录那个，让他找出来。
So have you recorded anything?
No, not yet. No, 我都看见了。
Yeah, he said he's
直播还是什么呀？
Oh, I was holding the camera out, but I didn't do anything yet.
对，拿手机弄一背景，那是什么东西？把它打出来。
No recording.
刚才那个背景。
So he wants to see the background of your.
Oh, of my phone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or like a live show or.
Other phone.
Oh.
In case you can't hear, they're asking for him to turn over his phone so they can inspect it. Secret memes. We're doing secret memes chat.
My internet is not so good. Okay, well.
Okay, so this is basically what happened.
Hasan, please.
Oh, wait. It was too quiet. One more time.
Hasan, please.
That's, in case you're wondering, by the way, they literally have shock prods, okay? This is the uniform of, this guy did a big breakdown. So at the tippy top of the food chain in the Chinese police force, there's the actual armed police, the Wu Jing, and they look like military units because they are actually a part of the military. Then you have the T-Kin or T-Tsin, and they're the SWAT team. They're the serious police. They sometimes have weapons, but oftentimes they don't. Then they have the Shunjing, which are basically patrolmen and traffic cops. And then at the very, very bottom of the food chain is what this guy calls a glorified welfare program based off the French Grenadier Adjoint Volontaire program. So these are basically the police jannies. And their job is to harass tourists that are being annoying in Tiananmen Square. And they have a crowd control device that is literally an electrified shock prod. So if they are in Tiananmen Square and some whitey or some Turk roach starts getting feisty with them, they will literally say
Hasan, please.
And then zap them. That is what happens in China. They have a very effective police force. Okay, that's why they don't have the same fucking issues. And there you go. That's what's happening with Hasan. He demonstrated to his live audience that if you're a communist, I cannot imagine being pro-China. Like, China is very nationalistic. They're a capitalist country with a central government that is extremely nationalistic and overwhelmingly Han Chinese. Now, that's what they say when they say communism with Chinese characteristics, because they're not talking about like no fucking Karl Marx communism. They're not doing no international revolution shit over there. They're talking about making the dollar bills, the people's money, the renminbi. And if you're like a Karl Marx Soviet Union tanky, China is kind of the exact opposite of what you're supporting. Matter of fact, so it's a sort of strange dissonance. People have always given me shit for being too nice about China, but I understand what China is, so it's not like I'm mistaken. I'm not like I'm operating under delusions about its government. But Hasan seems to be, which is kind of bizarre. I guess now he's experienced it in person. Maybe he'll no, let's terminate that thought. He's not going to learn anything. Oh God. I can't even restrain my enthusiasm about the topic. Aaron Imholt served his days in jail, and so when he got out of jail, to epically own him, the pedophile Patrick Melton, who made sexually violent comments about Aaron Imholt's daughter, decided that they would call up one of the inmates who was in jail at the same time as Aaron Imholt to try and get any hot goss. Did Aaron Imholt cry like a bitch? Did he get raped? Did he love the BBC? Other modified questions were posited toward this black man that they had rang up from the county jail. And as it turns out, according to the black man, that Aaron Imholt is really good at basketball, and they gave him a cute nickname because he was so good at basketball. He basically just sat and watched movies on his tablet, which I guess is what they do in jail now. I mean, if it works for toddlers, I guess it should work for black people in jail. You just give them a tablet with BET on it, Black Entertainment Television, and you just like say, look, just watch this and stay out of trouble. If you get into trouble, we'll take away the Black Entertainment Television. That'd probably be a very effective policy. So he just watched shit on his tablet the entire time. It was like a week. And he was good at basketball. And he was apparently a very nice, optimistic, easygoing kind of guy. So Melton literally called up a darkie from the jail, hoping to get some epic owns on Aaron, and received absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, we have Nicholas Rekieta. New fantasy user Star Trek posted this literally at the very, very tail end of the Last Man at the Internet episode. And if you don't stick around for the super chats, you would not have gotten my live reaction to this. But someone sent in a super chat towards this post, and I literally unpaused the super chat segment to do a take on it. A situation has developed. So this is what was shown to me. This is a picture from supposedly the inside of Rekieta's closet, and I believe that has been confirmed by the Zillow pictures that we had found of the house a long time ago. It matched up very closely. There was some suspicion because it matched up so closely that perhaps this was an AI composite and it was not a real image. But I believe that in some way Rekieta had confirmed that this was not the case and that these are real photos. So I'll just read Star Trek's post and summarize it. Because I believe this is where Nick hides out just before a cuck session begins. Ethan Ralph, can you confirm this statement? Some here have wondered when the swinging began. As far as I know, it started after Kayla met Ian's Star Trek gamer more than one time. Let's take a step back to the beginning, how it started, before the term our wife could be confidently used. There was our fiancé. Enter the tale of Matt Squared. Two old friends of Kayla, we'll call them True Love Matt and Secret Rendezvous Matt, expressed an interest in her years before Nick and Kayla got married. While they were engaged, Kayla decided to explore those feelings and hooked up with True Love Matt. Kayla's feelings were so deep for Matt that less than a week before they got married, Nick drove her down to True Love Matt's house to determine if she was truly ready to marry Nick. Nick had to know if what they had was true love or if she was just a slag who made a mistake. After the meeting of the minds, Kayla relented, and she married Nick later that week. I suspect Nick knows that it was more than an emotional connection, and that she hooked up with True Love Matt shortly before their wedding. However, he doesn't know that there was another guy, named Secret Rendezvous Matt, that she also hooked up with while they were engaged. I can't say for sure what hooked up with means. It could range from kissing to dork cum dumpster. All the signs were there from the beginning. Nick didn't learn that turning a hoe into a housewife is a dangerous gambit. Kayla, our fiancée, decided that if she needed to punch her meal ticket, and she did so without grace or dignity. Kayla knows almost everyone, including the lowercase I internet, thinks she's a whore. Kayla agrees that she's a whore. Nick and Kayla just don't want everyone to talk about it publicly. That was the confirmation picture. This is a picture of Nick and Kayla from when they were in high school, or whatever. I can't remember when exactly they met, but they're either high school or college sweethearts or whatever the fuck. And the captions added to this are, I love you more than your family hates me, says Nick. Kayla says, and I love Matt and Matt. Then Nick says, our wife, great joke, wedding time. And this is a follow-up post by Star Trek. In a recent stream, Nick mentioned that he wanted to write movies after he finished law school. This reminded me of a situation with Kayla's sexting buddy, Ian the Star Trek gamer. After sharing her sexual desires with Ian, he suggested that she could watch a movie called Savages with Nick. I haven't seen the movie. Apparently, there's a love triangle between the lead actors. Kayla showed the movie to Nick to try and get him more comfortable with her sexual degeneracy. Nick wasn't overly impressed with the movie. It certainly wasn't American Beauty. After watching the movie, Kayla asked Nick if she would share her. Initially, he said no, and that's when Kayla decided to tell Nick about Ian. This became, quote, the worst day of his life. Not long after the worst day, Nick relented, and after a short while, they came up with a sharing plan. Relationships outside of the marriage would be limited to physical contact and not cross an emotional line. This is a weird thing where I think women believe that an emotional affair is worse than a physical affair, and men believe that the opposite is true. A physical affair is worse than an emotional one. I think they're both equally bad. Both are like immediate deal breakers. But if you want to debate that in the comments, go for it. All communications with people outside of the marriage would be open for each other to see. However, for Kayla, the sharing plan was slightly different. If some of you recall, a long time ago in Locals Chat, Kayla proclaimed some crazy shit that only the cheater can determine if their behavior is defined as cheating. She said this because only the cheater knows the true intent of their behavior. I'm paraphrasing. Hopefully someone has the Locals Chat archived. Kayla crossed the emotional line first, and they both ended up having physical and emotional relationships. Now I'm curious, was it the plot, the writing, or the acting that didn't impress Nick? In fairness to the movie, it must be difficult to properly critique something after Nick's worst day. The significance of this post has been that it is long speculated what Nick Rekieta's quote-unquote worst day ever was. And it has always been speculated to be an accident in the family, something terrible with the kids, so on and so forth. However, Star Trek offers that Kayla had an emotional and sexual affair with somebody named Ian, and when Nick found out, that was the worst day of his life. Could be true. I guess an emotional affair. He says, I'm not sure if it matters or not for your tier list, but Kayla never banged Ian. The humiliation caused by Ian is akin to a bull, so I believe he belongs on the list. I would create 2 vertical columns, bulls and cows. Kayla enjoys women as well. And then, to add insult to injury, in the middle of this appearance of the Star Trek, our old dear friend Ethan Ralph had been having a bad week himself. And so he decided that he was going to burn it all down, bish. He's going to burn everything down. I'm going to show you, bish. And so he shared his conversations on Twitter with Nick Rekieta. And it includes some photos. So here's Rekieta Law speaking to Ethan Ralph. These are low quality because they came from screenshots of that motherfucker's mowing the lawn again. I can't stress how fucking small. Oh my God. The lawn is so fucking small. What are you doing? Don't care. Miss this. Don't actually want anyone else. And that is a picture of April, not Kayla. He says, I do not blame you. When I saw her, I was like, whoa. Then, like I said, her personality is great. Her personality is great. He says, women hit me up nonstop these days. Married chicks. I'm out here accidentally landing. It's not great, Raffle. Yeah, it would be, lol. I can testify. They have pink coke as well. A kind of... Oh my God, let me get really close to my screen. Hold up. They have pink coke as well. Kind of tootsie, which is like ketamine, MDMA, and other shit mixed in. They have like 3 or 4 kinds. The blue is the best. Rekieta Law responds to this deranged rambling of a drug addict by saying, yes. Oh no, this is a message from a different app he sends as a screenshot. He says, yes, sounds fun. I don't ask for much. I'm a lot of fun. I'm a fun guy. That's the rumor. That's him talking to a woman he's that wants an affair with him, I guess. Lamau, dude, I can only imagine. Bored married chicks. They heard all these stories. Then they want to know. And there's a picture of him with April. And he says, this was one of our last times together. She was fucking stunning. I didn't know that. I didn't bother to counter it because it's so dumb. That doesn't matter unless she didn't pose for it, maybe. Make it a little worse. But Faith posted. I don't know what it says after that. I hope she is now. I fucking miss her. I don't doubt that. She is really fun to be around and easy on the eyes. Her boyfriend won't let me see her for some reason. Handcuffing her. Lol. No idea why. Haha, yeah, that method doesn't work anyways. Don't ask me how I know. Even Ralph got cocked. And then Rekieta is sending a screenshot of April sending screenshots to him. So we're looking at we're looking at a stream of Ethan Ralph's Twitter DMs of Nick Rekieta sending him SMS messages that include a screenshot of Twitter, just so that we're clear about what level of hell I'm on, trying to squint and read this fucking image. So April Anderson sends him a message saying, haha, life is so perfect. Fuck that guy into the ground. I'm still hoping he thinks my black and white Insta post 3 posts ago was about him. If you happen to look at my Twitter, I am dead. It literally has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the meaning of weird low life in my life. But it's going to make for some great trolling. Keep living, baby. It's so good right now. I wish you could see me doing it. I guess this is Rekieta talking to her about how he's fucking with her boyfriend. That's awesome that she is doing good. I guess I could have sent that to myself. Oh, this was a long time ago. She wasn't doing well. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, just showing that you weren't running it. I hope she is now. I fucking miss her. Everything we did was leather and cool. I used to have this 90s looking jacket that I love, but I can't wear it because I lost so much weight. Good problem though. Yeah, you've been killing it. I miss my dietary supplement. I do not blame you. When I saw her, I was like, wait, did I read this? I did read this. The Ralph that fights everyone in the dead sector is the one that is miserable. Every warrior needs to plow the fields while looking for. What is that from? This is like a Discord message. Look, you coming at me over still having feelings for April or doing whippets isn't pleasant. People already think that shit anyways. My feelings for April are genuine, but just plain because life has probably permanently separated us. I'd like to move on, but it takes time. As for whippets, I don't do them anymore. It's the most destructive thing I've ever experienced. So this motherfucker's doing whippets. And he's a retard. And he completely none of those messages said anything about Kayla. He's just like, I sure do miss my old bang maid. I sure do miss living in squalor and doing drugs. Wow. Good job. Meanwhile, Ralph himself, his comeuppance for exposing this affair was that the A-logs hard at work found Linda Quintana. Linda Quintana, also known as Le Prostitute. Wait, no, that's French. The prostitute of Argentina. This is the woman that Ralph has at multiple times purported to be his girlfriend. But as a matter of fact, bitch, she's a dirty whore. This, by the way, is, I believe, I've decoded this message, okay? There's like a bang emoji and then like a coughing emoji. I believe this means that she fucks and sucks. And she at some point worked at Chuck's. This is supposedly an Argentinian bank account number. And then she says she only accepts transfers from this number. And then she has a ghost emoji, which Grok says is code for add me on Snapchat. So she is a literal prostitute that sucks and fucks. And you can add her on Snapchat, but you got to pay. And you got to pay Argentine pesos. This is the Grok thing about how it's an Argentinian number and how she takes money from it and how the lawnmower is still fucking going on and how the ghost is a Snapchat icon. Someone confirmed that this was her because she is missing a tooth, and we had seen her teeth before and they were not that great. And also she has a mole because there was a blowjob video that somebody had found and it had a mole that matched with her as well. This is just them finding the images originally and proving that she's a prostitute. And this is her saying transfers on her through profile note. I think she means on. I think this is like yeah. If you want to buy me, that's the way you buy me. Sorry, let's wait. Let's wait for everybody to reconnect. I need to pass OBS through the VPN again to roll that out because I don't know what the issue is. Sorry. Dude, the mower might have. Who fucking knows? Wish you would fucking stop. It is now 3 hours in, and I'm still listening to a fucking mower for a lawn that a fucking trailer sits on. It's literally physically fucking impossible for it to take that fucking long. Oh, it's not a mower. It's a fucking it's a steamroller. They're putting down asphalt. Okay, that's why it's taking so long. It's a guy with a steamroller putting down asphalt. That makes a lot more sense. It sounds just like a lawnmower, though. All right. I know I'm live on YouTube. It's okay. So, the guy is saying, if you have the opportunity to leave the country, do it right now. Learn English, French, etc. Sad to say, she won't be able to travel to the U.S. even if she married Ralph. Why? The only thing unreachable, similar to the U.S.'s slang of suck up man woman, is a Raptor, a Jeep, and a tuning? And plastic surgery. And my dreams of that I want to pay. A guy, so what? So she's just a dirty hoe trying to get into the U.S. And she offers a way to help expedite her quest to enter the United States. When people found out that this was her and they started messaging her, She made the offer. 4,500 Mexican pesos, approximately $250, and you get the information. Okay, I don't know what que buscas means, but she's saying, oh, what you're looking for. 4,500 pesos, and I give you the information you're looking for in regards to Ethan Ralph, because the guy was asking about Ralph. All right, here's the full one. Senorita confirms for 250 she will pass information about Ralph, screenshots, and a photo of where he lives. So, there you go, Ralph. Sorry, you fucked a hoe, and now we know about the hoe. And for a mere 60 subs, she is willing to disclose the hoe, or the facts about your hoeing about to the general public. Sad, pathetic. Why is my kick just not showing up at all? There it is. Okay, let's plug back in. Just in time to be out of things to talk about, I think. I do have a super chat, or not super chat, but a Reddit segment, courtesy of Sneeds again, who likes to do my Reddit segments for me, so I don't ever have to do them. I miss the old iDubbbz is apparently a subreddit. And then someone's asking, is this subreddit full of just hate watchers? Honestly, not even a part of the sub, but for some reason this shit keeps getting suggested to me. So no, most of you guys need a fucking life. Like, holy shit, y'all post more about these two dorks than the fans. Yeah, no shit. You guys are some kind of gay, to be honest, and simping over people you hate. Mods, just go ahead and ban me from this. Mods, ban me right now. Ban me from this sub so I don't have to keep seeing this gay little circle jerk of dorks with no life. Go play a video game or talk to a girl. I don't know. Y'all wasting your life hating two people who don't seem to care. Starting to understand why this gay subreddit was made. This is him, I believe. He's in Pay Money Wubby. Let me make sure it's right. It is. Chat, why am I single? Thanks for the help. Now, this is him calling people gay little dorks, okay? On a good day, I'm a 6. I'm a 6. On a bad day, I'm a 5. I'm a 5'11" legally. I can just say I'm 6 foot. I'm pretty average for a guy. Personality, caring, soft-hearted, gentle giant. I listen to reggae, to classic rock, so pretty much anything. You know the big two, right? Reggae and classic rock. The whole gambit. I mean, just look at how lovable and cuddly I am. This man's a rapist. This man's a fucking rapist. You know my rule. Anytime anyone says that they're a nice guy, they're super lovey and cuddly, and they just, I don't even want to have sex. I just want to feel it. I just want to cuddle. That man, violent, sadistic rapist. That man has gotten every achievement in Caring for My Little Slave Girl, the visual novel, okay? That's what's happening here. And then another comment saying, no, you're actually right. Haven't had a chance to shave the head again since I took this pic. My head razor broke. I'm looking a little homeless too. I call this laid off for a month look, laughing, crying. So this guy looks like Wings of Redemption. He loves Iniza and iDubbbz' content, and he can't get laid. The tragic story. All right, chat. Well, look at all those bullets. Hold up. Sounding pretty full in there, chat. Thank you. So I will be doing the super chat segment. I apologize if I sound a little bit low energy today. You have to excuse me. I'm caught in my I don't know what you call it. I'm caught in my mood. On that note, though, I will flip the screen green when I find it, when I find the button. There it is. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. If you did donate to the forum, by the way, the checks have cashed, and I will be processing those over the weekend. Let's go. Rust Cole 01 for 10 says, Kaya Danjan. Well, as we have learned, it's now
Hasan Place.
Thank you. Kurt Eichenwald, anime masturbator for 20 says, Glorious Kiwi Emperor, can you review this clip? Context is some Australian got a lovely tattoo. Well, I suppose for $20, I don't have a choice. Don't do it. Oh, boy.
Oh, here's the comments. The Witch of Buchenwald, gorgeous. The art is awesome. 6 million washed and deloused. 30 plus million Christians were exterminated by the Jews and the Bolshevik Revolution, though. Exactly. The concentration camp. Oh, this is the author who's against racism, by the way. The concentration camp had a swimming pool, a theater, and library, and no gas chambers.
What? Where have you been?
Okay.
So
Hila is so fucking out of it. Where have you been? Sounds like she took like horse tranquilizer before the stream. He forgot to mention the chimneys were recreations.
Oh.
What?
That's what's going on in some place somewhere in Australia.
You know, it almost makes me feel like I'm the crazy one for like accepting the Holocaust happened and these atrocities happened. It's just like, are people that fucking just?
Is this the tattoo?
I'm sure of pride.
Oh, it's like a sexy SS lady. Okay. I would never get a tattoo of a person. I feel like that would get ruined. That's a really good tattoo though. In terms of like the artistic quality of it, I would never get a person tattooed on me. I don't know what you want me to review though. My review is he forgot to mention the chimneys. Citric for one says, Yeet the Jeet 2025. Hell yeah. My campaign slogan. Being the Bunny sounds like Yeet the Jeet, but in a different way. For one says, does the Rev McKim know you moved into his trailer park? Not yet. He hasn't found me. Doodle Jeff for two says, we animating 100 frames of animation for an assignment with this one. Well, I hope you got 3 hours. That seems like a lot of work for 100 frames. Gypsy Harlow for 5 says, yes, it's Jersh. Time to lock in and butt chug a Monster Energy. It's going to be a good one. I'm trying to get off Monster again. I need to go through my purity thing for Lent, like I did for Lent, and switch to pure coffee instead of. I've been drinking too much Monster. So I'm trying to say. I think Monster negatively impacts my prefrontal cortex and puts it to sleep. Dizzy Until Death for 5 says, as a vaguely Slavic sleeper agent, please give me your opinion on pierogies. If I remember correctly, pierogies are like a type of dumpling, right? Yeah, they are. Okay. There's another one that's popular in, oh yeah, that's the good shit. They have a different name in Ukraine. It's, I eat them a lot. Veroniki. Yeah, Veroniki's fucking great. There were so many cute little coffee shops that had really good food around where I lived in Odessa, and I would just take my laptop to them and get a latte, and I'd order some stuff like Veroniki, or borscht, or they called them Ukrainian donuts, but it was basically just garlic bread is the closest thing I can use to describe them. They were called like pushkins or something. Slavic food is some of the best food on planet Earth, and the only food I would say is better than Slavic food is Georgian food. Georgian food is absolutely. If you ever encounter a Georgian restaurant, go there and get khinkali or harcho soup. It is some of the most intoxicating food stuff you could ever put into your mouth. It is simply fantastic. Bunker Housing for 10 says, time to consume content. Have you bought anything on Black Friday? Isn't it Black Friday on the 20th? Is it like a full week event now? No, I'm saving money, bro. I'm trying not to spend too much on dumb bullshit. Though you have to buy presents. I send cards to people. I sent a card to my lawyer each year. Thank you. Red Eyes Black Dragon for 5 says, say hello to your new neighbors, the Jeets. I will not, Sar. I will not. Ever. Dios Mio La Crachera for 2 says, vote Democrat until Orange Man backtracks on H-1B. Literally no point in having a country or prosperity if your children will be displaced and replaced by Jeets. Reject boomerism. Literally, if you feel this way, you have to write. You have to write because your voice does not count until you write. Now, look, I could be talking on my ass. I don't fucking know. I've never won an election. I've never been a politician. But tweeting about it is like the lowest form of discontentment. Everything that you do that's not just tweeting and liking tweets is worth more. I simply said in my letters that I'm not even going to bother to register to vote because it's like, why the fuck would I? I don't want to. I don't like them. Simple as. Citrus Addict for one says, "What's your favorite kind of chebureki? Ground beef and caramelized onions is heavenly, especially dipped in Chick-fil-A sauce." I don't know if that's never heard of that. Is that like Polish? It's a deep fried turnover with a filling of ground and minced meat and onions. Popular street food. I assume that this is Crimean Tatar? I don't think I've ever had one of those. It looks really good though. So I can't give you a preference. Little baby child for 5 says Nigger. Thank you. Real Adonai for 10 says, "Hey Josh, here's a comic you might like to review for locals," and there's a YouTube video. Let's check it out.
All right, so check it out. I just picked this up, and you can see by the title already it's going to be good. So open it up, and this is the first thing I see. So I flip it over, and I get into this guy's backstory, and his backstory, and this is his backstory right here. This is a little snippet. My name is Rex, and I'm a dog nigga. All right, so check
That's
it out.
pretty good.
I just picked this up.
That's how you do it. If you want to break through, like in the industry, you got to make something that's really mimetic that people want to share on the internet and make other people laugh. I don't know if I have the melanin required to read such a book, though. I am a dog. I'm not sure if I'm a dog neighbor, though. Ratlord 111 for 2 says, "Thanks for very thank for streaming, Sa. Highly appreciate your streams." No, thank you, Sa. Thank you. The president of Nintendo for 5 says, "Please ring the triangle you bought off Amazon." Well, I already did it this stream. I'll ring it. I'll give you a little ting ting just for you though. Bunker Housing for 3 says, "Oh no, not the Funkos." Anyway, yeah, I know. That's how I feel. I was curious why they deleted the article though. Then again, I couldn't access any Dexterra article. I wonder if it's my VPN. Mousecop 5 for 5 says, "In the pipe 5x5." Thank you. Mr. Manchester for 5 says, "I opened the stream and the first thing I heard was anime babes and jerking off." Thank you for joining us. I think you can do that at any time and get something like that. Remove Antler Menace for 2 says, "A fun target to shoot is 2 cheap liter soda bottles or a pumpkin filled with water. Hollow point bullets make them explode. More powerful bullet is better for this." Yeah, I bet if you want to explode pumpkins. I do have a gourd that could explode. Then I have to clean it up. Dark Weston for 5 says, "Happy Ghost of Pizza Day. Better not cheat this week, boy." No, I'm actually eating pizza today. Sorry. I'm gonna gain it all back. I gotta gain it all back and be fluffy and happy again, okay? Yachts for 5 says, "I hope things look up for you, my neighbor. Just remember that Terry clip about rainbows and them being God's promise that while things sometimes fall, they always come back up. Trust in yourself and his plan about AI. Grok for shows it searches Q from said, yeah, they all do. I've been intentionally cultivating this. Yeah, I don't know. And it's pretty fucking Debbie Downer right now, but maybe money will make me feel better. Who knows? We'll see once the checks start cashing in for real. Thank you. Colidante for 20 says, "Funny that when the AI told the Swedish retard that the best thing he could do was reduce his carbon footprint by killing himself, it was lying. The best thing he could have done was stop asking it stupid questions." It's true now, I guess. Thank you. No dude in particular for 10 says, "Where is my green border grifter? I spent the time to cast these runes required to send you money via some arcane check system, and I demand what I am owed." The way that the overlay works is that you get a green border if you're a member, and on Rumble, it specifically identifies you as a whale. If you're like a common super chatter, you have a whale icon. Both of those give you a green border. On YouTube, their membership system is very what's the word? It's very weird. You have to apply for it, and you have to tell YouTube what perks you want to give, and then they actually hold you to that. So I don't know what the fuck I would do to enable memberships on YouTube. I've floated the idea before of doing member only streams on YouTube, and having like open streams for the first hour, then switching members only, something like that. But I'd have to set that up. Thank you. Peen Wienerstein for 2 says, every so often Trump reminds everyone that he is still in fact a boomer and is brainwashed to think all of India's are as a poo from The Simpsons. He just hears his donors say, like Elon Musk says, no, the best and brightest come from India. You got Vivek Ramaswamy. He gave you that really good head that one time. He's Indian. That's why you have to yell at them. You have to yell at them and say, no, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. All they care about is the green line going up, which is why one day the green line must violently come down as hard as possible. And I hope you're preparing for this. I hope you're preparing for the day the green line goes away. Kumbala for 5 says, referring to Sneed AI, will there be a ban appeal process? Will it be called cope and appeal? And if I get banned, I should be able to file a cope so you can deliberate the Sneed AI ban, the cope and Sneed process. Possible. That would make my life a lot easier if people had to talk to the AI instead of me for ban appeals. Sneeda Stanley for 5 says, what's your ear pro setup? I have sensitive little boy ears. I need maximum sound dampening. I just have a closed ear headset and I put music on. I listen to music basically continuously. Citrus Addict for 1 says, MTG is the Jewish Horus who said on the news that Kiwi Farms shouldn't legally be allowed to exist because she took people at their word that Kiwi Farms swatted her or some shit. That's true. I think she apologized for that, though. That's nice of her. Deadbeat Husband 471 for 12 says, donation from a Kiwi named I44BX. Thank you. I hope you're not expecting anything on the forum for that. There's a rule. I can't cross the streams. Peen Wienerstein for 2 says, I owe you an apology, Majorie Taylor Green. I wasn't really familiar with your game. Is this how we get debated into a female president? I don't know. Everyone seems real fucking hyped about the female president in Japan who wants to get rid of all the immigrants. You just have to make sure that your humors are in check. Back in the day, the doctors believed in humors. Your humors of racism and misogyny must be well regulated, and one is more important than the other. Teehee194 for 10 says nothing. What a great super chat. The best kind of super chat. I hate it when people try to say something in their message. It's like, your opinion doesn't matter. Just give me your money and fuck off. Thank you. I appreciate it. RCA69 for $100 says Josh wept. Now that is a great super chat. Thank you. The Watcher XX99 for 263 says, Angloid here. Alex just cited Kiwi Farms canned air. Yeah, I know. If you ask Alexa about Kiwi Farms canned air, you get or about Dollar General canned air, you get Kiwi Farms. Searsmo for 20 says, I'm sending you $20 to call you overweight and homosexual dwarf planet looking goober. You wish, bro. I'm sexy. Thank you, by the way. Deadline for 5 says, Josh, the UK is not a safe and prosperous country. What is wrong with you? It used to be. You understand what I mean, though. Rescole01 for 5 says, the Tomlinson compilation is S tier, dude. To be honest, I was never a big fan of the Ralph voice, but the Pat posting voice cracks me up. Enjoy prison. Doxer. Well, you can thank the editor for that. That's his work. He's trying to get those ad monies coming in. He gets them all. But it engages the audience as well. That's the important thing. David S877 for 25 says, for your typewriter fun when you move to the woods with no internet or computers. I need it. I don't even know. You can't even hide from them anymore. They're going to Montana. They're going to Idaho. Where the fuck do you build a fucking cabin and get away from Jeets? There's nowhere in the whole world you can escape to. You just have to push them out of where you are already. Thank you, by the way. Haramburger for 2 says, letters are like tweets, except they take a lot more work, and you have to buy paper and affix SpongeBob stamps, and your black mail carrier might lose it. Fuck. Well, don't have a black mail carrier. Why do you have a black mail carrier? That sounds like a euphemism for like a political thing. No Hurt Mr. Metal for 5 says, please say happy birthday, Lance. Also get your gun licenses, you idiots. Happy birthday, Lance. Also get your gun licenses, you idiots. He's right. If you don't have one, you're slacking. You're going to fail the class. TDD Real for 20 says, shout out to all my friends in the Crab Shack. Woo, woo, woo. If you don't know, the Crab Shack is a 2,000 page private message between like 20 people who are weirdos. Thank you. Don Ujo for 5 says, with juice you lose. Red and blue will never stop importing your replacements. They all get corrupted eventually, and Marjorie Taylor Greene will be too. Well, I guess we should just do nothing and wait to die then. Bunker Housing for 5 says, Poop Festival, putting away snacks. Josh makes us lose weight in unsuspecting ways. I can't help it. It's a real country. Tree Liquor for 5 says, where is the Gumroad video of you laughing at adult pacifier reviews on Etsy? Or also you are a skinny queen and not a feeder. Based and true. They're there. I think that was the one on the Bark app. I'm pretty sure that's on. It may not be on Gumroad because I might have done that for locals. Sarah's Mo for 10 says, you're such a lovable tart. Thank you very much. Nelscop 5 for 5 says, I have a very low tolerance for gross things. Please don't talk about Indian Poop Festival anymore. I'm going to throw up. I also have a weak stomach. It's ill-befitting of me. Fatty Caddy for 2 says, Funko Pops are such trash. I feel so vindicated hating our wife as more and more info comes out. She's been proven a similar, if not worse, horror/degen than Nick. You can apologize to me at your leisure. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not apologizing for shit. The Uncredited for 5 says, smiley face. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. TTD Real for 20 says, Crab Shack is for friends. Woo. Crab Shack is for friends. Woo. Crab Shack is for friends. Thank you. I appreciate it. Citrus Addict for 1 says, I know that big packs of Indians and Mexicans will show up to white households begging the women and children to let them live there off the record. It's horrifying. I don't know where that comes from. Is that like a thing in Canada? TB Deluxe for 5 says, Josh, crash looks imminent. Is it time to freak the fuck out and panic sell everything? I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not a prognosticator. Okay. I should always make sure you have enough supplies though. Cold Call for 2 says, sounding the alarm. YouTube deleted the channels of Zoomer Historian and mostly peaceful puppets. They've done nothing wrong. The only solution now is to chimp, write letters and tweets chat. Did they delete Zoomer Historian? I can believe it. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck Neil Mahan. I can't wait I hope there's a day where Neil Mahan is thrown into a fucking pit. Ampere for 5 says, shout out to my pony fag neighbors, also total Jeet deportation. TGD, bro. Humble Guardsman for 3 says, glory to our Father and the Son and to the Holy Spirit now and ever and unto the ages. Amen. Orthodox emoji. Thank you. Nihang for 5 says, Nihang, remember when Trump deported all the DACA cacas 35-year-old children on day 1? Did he? That would be pretty fucking based. Matiki for 2 says, unhinged control freak feminist hoe. Is this guy an Indian? What is this? What is this guy's face? Look at this guy. This fucking guy saw the poop throwing festival and called me an unhinged control freak feminist hoe. I'm sorry, sir. I did not mean to bankrupt you with your $2, aka 10 trillion Indian, whatever the fuck, rubles. Unkind Naysayer for 2 says, Joshua Connor Moon is a good geometrist. I am. Thank you. Han Solo of Sun 6403 for 21 says, what is the difference between a lowercase I internet and a intranet? A network is a connection of computers. An intranet is a collection of networks. An internet is a connection of networks. So when you have a bunch of computers plugged in, usually to a router, that's a network. If you then have multiple networks that connect together because you have, for instance, multiple racks that have too many servers to fit in together, that's an intranet. If you have multiple data centers. So for instance, if you work with one supplier like Hetzner, you might have a computer that's in one data center and a computer in another data center, and might be connected through a local network that is an intranet between different data centers. An internet is a connection between two different networks. So for instance, there is a very famous internet called DARPANet, I want to say, that is the government one, and that's a connection of multiple different government agency intranets. So you have agencies across the world that belong to the Department of Interior, and you have agencies that belong to the CIA or agencies that belong to the FBI. They have multiple locations all together. They're all networked together. Then they have intranets together. And then they combine together to form an internet, which is DARPANET. And then you have that connected to the internet, which is what we all use to complain online. And then Crispy Legs Forever for 10 says, Happy Friday. Party blower emoji. Thank you. I'm Hispanic, just really brown. That's tough, buddy. That's tough. Please stay in Mexico. I fucking beg you to stay in Mexico, buddy. Wait. Crispy Legs for 10 says, Happy Friday. Blowing. I read that one. Sorry, I'm starting to lose it. It's that time of the stream where I'm starting to lose it. Thank you. Mataki for 2 says, that seething breath. That's not being positive, Josh. I'm not a fucking positive poly tonight. I apologize. Nino for 1 says, I'm late to the stream, but does that Troon and Valens have a profile pic from that incest Andy and Lay game? Yes, he does. Internet Arcavelli for 1 says, the voice of both types of Troon equalized to the same froggy, creaky vocal fry, pothole, black road, washboard, psycho motor, retard babble. It's perhaps the most on-the-face detestable thing about them. It's very true. That's why they don't get acting gigs with their voices. Little Baby Child for 5 says FAGGOT. Thank you. Bunker Housing for 3 says, you can make a pregnancy test indicate positively by pouring Coca-Cola on it and washing it in soap. Okay, fascinating. Thank you. Peen Wienerstein for 10 says, keep your head up, Noel. They want you to be negative Nancy. Negative Nancy's do not resist. Be positive, Polly. And then there's a YouTube video. Oh my God.
Happy Friday afternoon. Now we've done it. We've got to the end of the week. We have locked up our warehouse. We have parked up our vans. We have logged off our computers. And I've quickly popped into my favourite local pub for a cheeky pint of beer. And look, a little bit of early dinner because the wife, I love her dearly, but her cooking ain't that great. And we've got a stunning beef and ale pie, a bit of mashed potatoes, baked beans in a pot, which I think is wrong, but it's happened anyway. And of course, a bit of gravy. And you know me, I never look when I pour, because I am the absolute governor. Now listen, guys, hope you had a great week. Keep on smashing life. Keep giving it 110%. And don't go home until you're proud. And listen, cheers to you all. You deserve it. A bosh.
A bosh. Very cool. The false copy of Thunder for 2 says, your recent crash out post about Indian demographic replacement showed that you are our guy more than anything. At least you actually care. No one is angry enough about what is being done to us. Yeah, I know. I have enough anger to go around, buddy. Awaken 34 for 10 says, unfortunate part is it just wasn't Rev that jumped the gun on the Norwegian case of a YouTuber I usually watch for political... Bro, use some fucking commas here. A YouTuber I usually watched for political content, Archcast, also ran the same retarded posts. Yeah, well, you should look before you jump, usually. Thank you. Sneedo for 10 says, Catbox file suffered true.
Alexa just cited Kiwi.
I just played this.
Kiwi Farms. Why is Alexa citing Kiwi Farms as a source?
Because I let them. Asian tech support for 20 says, can't watch live. Have a couple of 5.56 rounds on me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Dios mio, Lacrature for 1 says, I forgot the weekly reminder that the Prophet Muhammad, founder of Islam, got gangbanged by Big Deek Zoot men in the desert. Pull Jannies can't touch me here, and I hope they cry. M the Quiet Bass for 5 says, Sar, this is tech support, Sar. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? I have tried that. Thank you. Weenie's Smoothie for 2 says, I know you don't care much for cheddar, but I found a really good type of cheddar called Lubby Cheddar. The cheesemonger kept talking about restaurant. Strange. Lubby Cheddar is actually one of the only good varieties of cheddar. You're completely correct. Kumpala for 2 says, the term for a male that uses the female VTuber model is called Boku no Pico. Very cool. Mizo Salve Pinks for 10 says, live view outside of Josh's house. And this is going to be, I guarantee you, it's going to be the video of the guy mowing, and it's RuneScape themed. No, it's not the RuneScape one. Nice and loud. Thank you. Sneedo for 10 says, Josh, is this what Gaeta did to his Puerto Rican GF at the anime convention? We have been merciful on the videos or something. Yes. Look at all the gators. The gators go marching on. They're pushing their Oshis to fame and glory. Okay. This is not AI. This is a real VTuber convention. Those are real VTubers on the screen, and those are real gators pushing the gators along the street so they can see everybody. Thank you. Review Hell USA for 2 says, good job, Josh. Keep speaking your truth, King. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, some recognition. Lowland Tenrick for 10 says, oh no, I hate the pay pick button. That's the only good button. Don't press any other buttons. You might hurt yourself. This one works, though. This one works great. Thank you. The Bugs for 2 says, why are they so obsessed with Gaza? I mean, it's being fucking bombed. Billie Eilish calls out Elon Musk for hoarding his wealth in a series of IG stories. Says he could end world hunger, save endangered species, and rebuild Gaza. Pathetic bitch-ass coward. Well, he would have to sell his companies to accomplish that. And quite frankly, if I had money, there's a lot I would do besides end world hunger and rebuild Gaza. We feed people in Nigeria, and now there's like 1 billion of them, and we don't need any more Nigerians. Porglack for 2 says, could you make PPP stream by calling him gay? I am fixing drywall in the bathroom and need something to listen to, or summon the SPC back with a bike for him to steal. I think they're taking a break after Kino Ween. I'm not sure. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. I have to wait. Vordier for 5 says, regarding Metokur, I'd rather the doctor put effort into healing someone with black inside rather than black outside. But tish. Well, I think that's medical malpractice to do that. Pien Wienerstein for 2 says, the Chinese may eat dogs, but at least they don't electrocute them first. Stress hormones make the meat taste bad. Hasan should have been put in a Uyghur camp. I agree. He should have. Pancake Luchador for 5 says, have a good one, Josh. Thank you. Thank you. I'll try. Stina Stanley for 1 says, a nationalist country with the socialist tendencies? Never heard of that one before. Dude, it's a fucking mystery. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You got nationalism and you got socialism. You got a country with a well-defined population that makes up the actual demos, that makes up the folk. And then you have this sort of umbrella that encourages them to thrive. Some kind of mixture of the two. Slushly Joke 9382 for 10 says, I had a dream that Ethan Ralph tried to choke you over a stream call after you made choking sounds and hung up. Ralph was so pilled he thought he actually killed you and gloated about it. Why are you having these dreams about me? Please stop dreaming about me. I don't consent to this. Thank you. Murdoch Chan for 5 says, the lawnmower is avoiding his wife, Josh. You'll understand one day. Yeah, maybe one day. Awaken 34 for 1 says, on that trailer park lawn mowing, it's likely a company going through the entire park, which is why it's taking so long with stop. As we found out, it was actually a steamroller making a links in asphalt. Bunker Housing for 5 says, maybe it's cops swatting your home, but they only have a drivable lawnmower budgeted. So they have to drive and collect the cops one at a time. Soon they all have them and will raid your house. Maybe. That's possible too. I only looked that one time. They maybe deployed the steamroller to cover it up. Trump fucked kids for 10 says, most streamer chimp outs are because they got caught grooming minors. Jersh does because of a lawnmower. Also, the XMR chat URL in your Rumble description is wrong. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I will fix that. I'm sorry. Thank you. Haramburger for 2 says, stream in discomfort, bitch. Mowing noises intensify. Getting over the 3200 RPM listed red line. Tuning my engine nerd. And there's emojis. Is that like I don't know what that means. Are engines not allowed by the EPA to go over 3200, or is it like a per engine thing that you can't tweak it faster than that? I don't know enough to explain. Unkind Naysayer for 2 says, Josh, I need your expert culinary opinion on which onion is best, red, yellow, or white. Depends on what you're doing. I like white onions for most stuff. If you're just trying to add oniony, red is basically only for salads. But some things call for yellow. I just like white, I guess. If I had to grab an onion, I would get one. Especially because they're smaller usually than the actually it's the other ones that are smaller. I think they're a little bit sweeter, huh? I don't eat too much onion, so it's like if I have an onion, I'll get a small one. Otherwise, they just go bad. The president of Nintendo for two says, for Haramburger, Josh, please stream this game if you're a fellow Steamroller enjoyer. Roadcraft. As the leader of a company specialized in restoring sites devastated by natural disasters, use your... This is a very pretty game. What the fuck? It looks like real life. Dude, this is for mega nerds. What did they add like a pay-per-view model? Because they're getting like review bombed. This car game is like getting review bombed now because it's... After multiple updates of hardware and software, game still crashes. 35 hours in soft lock. Mission truck got stuck inside a building. Fun game before that. This has to be one of the greatest unfinished games ever made. Okay, they're not updating it to people. That is a fucking beautiful game, though. That's awesome. It's really cool. Octavia sales rep for 50 says, thanks for streaming today. Makes working holiday overtime less soul crushing. Here's some extra butter for your bread. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Holiday over. Oh, it's you must be in Amazon. You gotta be shipping Amazon. Listen, buddy. I need a 20-pack of a glass of gourmet food stuff shipped to me overnight. There's a 1-day shipping time on my 20 jars of gourmet mustard, and I need it right fucking now. Thank you. Barolo Furman for one says nothing. Thank you. Citrac for one says mood. What mood? Just choose to feel better. It's a process, okay? You get in the slump, and then you have to start repairing. It's like a scene in a robot, like a robot's blown to pieces, but then he can like put himself back together. It's a slow process of setting your mind straight. Humble Guardsman for one says, now is the time to start your cleanse. The Nativity Fest starts tomorrow. Nativity Fast. Never heard of that before. Ballistic Characteristic for 10 says, when you get back to on your 10 fish, I recommend getting some Hungarian paprika to put on it. It's way nicer than regular paprika. I've never heard of that. That's a good idea. Thank you. The president of Nintendo for 10 says, you should play the song Roadwork Rappin' by A$AP Rock as your outro. Literally perfect. I could. I've never heard of it. What if it's a bad song and you embarrass me? It is by A$AP Rock. He's pretty good. No, I'm going to play my original song, I think. Thank you. Anime Extremist for 2 says, just got here. Did you talk about the Italian prosecutor's Yugoslav war sniper tourism allegations? But Nick Ricada said the billionaires could shoot Bosnians, bish. I have not. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Porglag for one says, Chantal has your eyes. Fuck you. Tree Liquor for one says, you didn't do a Gumroad video on the pacifiers yet. You said you were thinking on it, but never made the video. Oh, I mean, I talked about it in that one video, but I never did like a whole thing on it. Haramburger for 2 says, I ordered a pizza to be delivered to the address in your letter writing segment, but the delivery guy said he couldn't get there because the roads were being asphalted. Pizza day surprise ruined. Tragic. And Haramburger for 2 says, Tar Baby. Thank you. Verdier for 5 says, 5 in the 5, 5, 5, 5. Thank you. Sneedo for 1 says, if you're dreaming of Josh without consent, you're committing a consent accident. It's true. You are, basically. And the lowercase L internet for 5 says, cheers to the best podcast on the lowercase I internet, the one with the lowercase L. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Joe. That's it. My bullets have crushed themselves into a strange looking pile. All right. Here's my advice to everybody with the means, okay? And I'll see you. Wait, there's one more. Hold up. What's this? And last one, Ace of Steeds for 5 says, I missed the stream, but I want to say I found the Gangster Computer Guide Mafia microphone left in my wall, so thanks for warning me about them. You're very welcome. I'm glad you found them. Not everybody can find them. They're pretty difficult. Okay. Here's my advice to everybody. Okay. If you have the means. If not, just buy more ammo, I guess. Bye-bye.
A few days for turned 80, he was sitting out back in a rocker. He said, what you been up to lately? I told him chasing a dollar, and in between sips of coffee, he poured this wisdom out. Said, if you want my 2 cents on making a dollar count, buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. Send your prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is, it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt.
Before you get caught on that ladder, let me tell you what it's all about. Find you a few things that matter, that you can put a fence around. And then he laid it out. Buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. Send your prayers up and your roots down deep. And add a few limbs to your family tree. And watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is, it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt.
You can buy dirt. Thank the good Lord for it,
cause he ain't making any more of it.
So buy dirt,
find the one you can't live without.
Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground.
Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. And send your prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree. Watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is, it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt.